All right, we live, baby, we live. Late night boxing talk. The link is in the chat, everybody. The link is in the chat. Come on through. We still live. We still live. Viva la.
It is.
Go.
Let's get it.
Wait on DJ right now.
Yeah. And Cam, I think Cam probably come back. Where the rest of the gang, man? Where the dudes that here last night? We gotta holler, bro. Let's go, Cam.
Yeah, man. Hop back on. Hey.
Oh man.
We got all that. So we got all them
Where
kids.
Cam at? Hey, come on down, Cam. Come on, man.
BC in the place to BC, and I got what is it? What's going on? What's going on, BC?
Chilling, man. I'm here for the festivities, man. Yeah, shit.
My man got the green screen on deck.
That's better than Fred shit.
That shit was terrible.
Like, man.
I just watched B More when he was talking the noodle shit. I just watched that shit right now.
That shit was hella funny.
Hey, man, I gotta clip that audio so bad, man.
Bruh.
You cry.
Hey, it was just so funny because it came in hot, but he left whimpering because it was like, bro, you are on a bike, you don't got a car, like you correcting about how crackheads buy crack.
No, listen up. He tried to get all sad when Fred was getting on him and shit.
Yeah, play the
like, well, you came with that energy.
Yeah.
And he immediately went to cop of the plea and then switched it up.
He came over here like, yeah, I came to check you, and then after it goes bad, oh, you think you're better than me? Like, bro, which one is it? I mean,
but he was not lying, man. I just left Reggie on the show, and you know Reggie.
Reggie goes in the whole time Fred's on.
Oh no, he got a show. They got a nigga in the chat named Frederick, Mr. Mansion. Man.
Yeah.
But people don't know that I can't even tell the stories, man. So I got so many stories about this shit.
Hey, here's my one question. Reggie Oil was DB though, right?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just don't. The only thing I don't get is if you hate someone so much, then why are you following so closely?
The internet, this shit different.
That's the only thing I don't get.
Yeah, this shit different.
That's like saying you hate Tekashi 6ix9ine, but you go buy his album, bump his music every day. That don't make no sense. Like, which one is it?
Yeah. So last night, man, my wife came to that room, man. You understand?
Hold on, you was live on the camera, or you was on your black screen?
No. Pull the episode. Pull the episode, Kyle. That's a timestamp. Pull it up.
No, man, look, he gonna get a strike. No, we gonna
it wasn't shit.
Man, if you was with us last night, you know what happened.
Hey, pull it up. It's at 2 hours 35 minutes.
God damn.
2:30.
2:30?
2:30 to 2:35. This is the window we spent.
It ain't last no 5 minutes. Nah. We heard the shit, and then we started talking shit, and then Kyle just took off both his.
DJ took it off.
Oh, DJ took it off.
Yeah, DJ
got
it off. I took him out.
Oh, I thought he heard us. What up,
Cam? I took him out.
Damn, DJ.
What's up with the guys,
I took him out. Like, man, come on, man.
Hey, how much you find over here?
Hey, Max, you the funniest motherfucker on Instagram. I swear to God, bro.
You saying some wild shit, man.
You feel me? I was like, oh, this nigga is hilarious.
You said what happened? What happened?
We had pulled up to the little concert with the, you feel me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yup.
Yeah, I said, this nigga is a G.
Yo, get a whole bottle in that motherfucker.
That's hella funny.
I ain't paying no fucking $20 shot to no concert. Fuck that.
Yeah, this shit sound cool though. I got these headphones in.
It's good.
Yeah, you straight, bro. You straight. But yeah, man, we was all talking. I don't even remember what we were talking about because we just freestyle on the show, man. And it just wherever the shit goes, it goes.
Y'all was rapping?
Cabbage came out of nowhere.
No. I'm talking about we just freestyle. We just talk about whatever. You know how we go. You know how I go in the boxing section, man. And you know that we just
fighting the more known fighter. He was fighting this guy named Mario Ajabachi Martinez, who was fighting out of Cali. He was a good fighter.
It's like an old school fight live right here.
And you know, I'm picking him. And then they had him fighting this undefeated guy from Mexico, Julio Chavez, who at that time I hadn't even heard of him. And he fucked him up. He fucked Martinez up. Like I was bugging off of that shit. And I was like, who the fuck is this dude? Like I had never heard of him. And then the rest is history, you know? So you never know, man. Like some of them guys, yeah, they fighting nobodies and people that you never heard of. But when the guy's good, that fight experience and just learning, when they good, they good to great. You know, they develop and become just that. You know, impressive.
Bro, what's going on in the back, bro?
Word, what the fuck is that?
Oh, that's from the other night.
Man, Kyle probably in there getting it. Kyle's in there getting it.
Wow.
Kyle, my man, bro.
Boy, you gotta mute your shit.
Where's the timestamp, y'all? Where y'all at in the chat?
You want the winning story?
Take the super chat. Take the super
Somebody please remember 2:30 into the show. Somebody please remember that.
I remember that.
Somebody please remember 2:30 into the show, bro.
237, 236, 230, 235 or some shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, I got it right here.
235 on my side of town.
235.
I had to get my man's out of here, bro.
Oh, bruh. Hey, what's the date?
It's the 22nd, bro. It's the 22nd.
All right.
Yeah, that's the 23rd.
Gotta find it later.
That's the 22nd.
I got 235, man.
Yo, bruh.
Yo.
What's wrong with you, bruh?
Kyle Wilder.
Nah, listen.
Nigga, shut your stream off, nigga.
No, listen. I was on the live stream with these niggas. Yeah, man, she came in there, boy, and started doing some things, boy.
But you've been left, though. You haven't said a word for like an hour, like 30 minutes.
It's been a while, Kyle. Like, and you just...
You were active with us, right?
No, I was still on, though.
Well, yeah, we know that. We know that.
We got no decency, bro. That's why Kyle don't give a fuck, nigga. That's why he don't give a fuck.
I was like, whoa, what's going on?
What the fuck is that?
Nigga says, why watch you porn or something?
Hey, nigga, you need to go over there to Reggie shit and check these niggas, bro. They having you fucked up.
Man, I don't give a fuck about these niggas, man.
Yeah. A lot of supporters.
What they saying now?
Bruh.
The same shit they always say, man.
Same old shit. I just feel like, nigga, you need to just stay out of it, bruh.
Listen, bro. Fred a grown ass man. I be defending. Fred told me not to defend the nigga, so I don't even defend the nigga no more.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna talk to you and I'll see you tomorrow, nigga.
You echoing, BC? You echoing?
What happened, Cam?
That shit happened.
You said you gonna talk to me tomorrow?
Yeah, when I see you, nigga, I ain't trying to do all this over this motherfucker.
I'm saying that you already talked about it. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes positive was good. Yo, that shit was classic last night, man. What's that? You see a little sound thing?
It sounded like somebody was tripping, though. That's the funny part. I thought somebody had something playing, and then you look and see that nigga shit going crazy. I said, what the fuck?
We just said, huh? Are you what?
I was like, yeah, I really thought somebody was watching porn or some shit at first.
Yeah,
I
he
was
like, we're watching porn. None of us.
I was like, man, who watching porn, man? I was looking at Kyle shit. I was like, oh my God, this man. Oh God.
Kyle about to get a strike, yo.
All that
All
shit,
right.
all
get that strike,
shit Kyle
man.
be talking about, nigga, that shit true.
You said what?
All that shit you be talking about, you's a nasty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why you so nasty? Why you so nasty, Ray?
Yeah.
Why you so nasty, Ray?
Listen,
bro. Hey, you about to have that monster's ball moment. Make me feel good.
hold on, my daughter just walked in here. Hold on, y'all.
Oh,
all right.
So
mute your shit. You know you don't come back.
Kylie.
No, it's still echoing, right?
Hey, bro, you watched that card this weekend, Max and DJ?
UFC?
Well, UFC?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. We talked about it last night. I don't know what was in the water in Texas last week, but everybody was getting knocked out, man.
My nigga Kevin Holland, nigga. I love Kevin Holland.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love everything about that guy. You just need to get better at wrestling.
What do y'all think would be a good fight for him next?
Shit, he calling for Nate Diaz now.
Everybody calling for Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor do more capping on Twitter now than anybody I've ever seen.
You think so?
Hell yeah, man. Nate started to get on my nerves a little bit, bro. Like the reason why you were so popular is because you didn't give a fuck and you fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. Now it just seemed like anytime somebody win, like you come out of nowhere, I'll fuck him up. It's like, okay, sign the contract then.
The only person they offering him is Chimaev though. That's the only
he's talking about
he didn't got. So you feel me? I understand why he ain't taking that shit.
Right. What's the money like? What's the money like? Because I think he got like 1.2 million to fight what's his name? To fight Leon Edwards.
Yeah, they gonna have to catch him to fight Chimaev. He probably do it for like $3 million though.
Hey DJ, you hear me?
He on mute.
Hey, you know how like your old lady tell you, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it up to you. I'm gonna do something for you, and I'm gonna make something up to you. You be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Boy,
what?
Came in the house and made it up to you, boy. Like, I said, God damn. I said, I had to figure out whatever I got to do for this shit to happen every night.
Wait, hold on. So that was you? That was you we heard? That was moaning? Was that you? Were you Was Kyle just with the chain on?
Something wrong with you, man.
You be wearing that chain in the shower, huh? Like it's waterproof. was real.
Man,
But-
shut the fuck up.
Nigga, I'm finna have another niece and nephew. Nigga, fucking with Kyle.
Man, but yeah, what's up? Who's y'all about to ask me? I'm sorry, I was in the stove.
No, I was saying, remember when you know how like your wife be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do something for you tonight. Stay up."
Nah, my wife don't do that. Nah, she don't do that. You know, it's kind of like one of them things where you better catch me before I get sleepy.
Your mom, she made that shit up to you, boy.
Man, but to answer y'all question, man, like, I mean, this is the thing with Shemaev, right? I thought they were trying to make him and Kobe Covington.
Right.
Shemaev's kind of like a lightweight. I won't say a star, but he's getting there. And like pretty much anyone you match him up with is a good fight.
I thought they were gonna match him up with Kobe, man. So I mean, if you serious about him fighting for the title, if you serious
That's what
about
they
him trying to fight Kamaru Usman, then he gotta fight Kobe.
Yo, have you seen all those videos online? There's a bit. Well, it's a little bit old, but this shit from More Plates, More Dates and shit, where they're saying that Usman might be on the juice.
Yeah, but we also just saw him get his jacket for being tested 50 times, for being tested clean 50 times. So, you know.
Yeah, but the way dude was breaking it down, he was saying like they don't really test, like they do there's like a basic test, and if you want to do more in depth, it costs more money. So they usually don't spend the money unless they already have some reason to suspect that they might need to.
But have you seen like the book that they the shit that they test for? I forgot what fighter it was. He was like a bantamweight, and he showed us like they gave him a list of the shit that they actually test for in the test. It's like, bro, this shit's super thick, man. It's like a phone book.
Yeah, but I guess one of the things is that is HGH and EPO is like a whole different type of test, and so they don't like even like the Dillashaw shit. They're like Dillashaw, like the EPO shit. They had a reason to think so because I guess the weight cutting shit. So they tested them for it, but like normally they don't get tested for EPO. They get like that other, what you said, the book of shit, right? So they were saying like even with the Dillashaw situation, the shit he was on wouldn't have shown up in any previous test because it's all different kind of tests they have to administer. I don't know. The dude know all the lingo. You know, he's the dude that does it. So I don't know the lingo of it, but
that's just like that troll I had to eat up one time, right? Who said Boots be having fake weight cuts because he don't drink water or he don't drink anything as soon as he step off the scale. So, you know, Boots be weighing in at like 155, 160, fighting welterweight. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, no, go look at the video. He never drinks water after his weigh-ins. I was like, if you cut weight properly, you don't have to dehydrate yourself. So he's probably not dehydrated. It's like but that was the whole basis of his argument. Because he didn't drink water after he weighed in, the guy must be having fake weigh-ins. It's like, boy, y'all will come up with anything, I swear.
Nah, but I'm saying that the breakdown was a lot more than just that, bro. They broke down like the fact that he was with the Black Brazilians when he started with Vitor and all, you know, and Overeem and who else? Thiago Santos and someone else that got caught.
But see, this the thing though. All of them guys got popped.
Yeah, they did. They're all from the same camp. They're all from the same camp.
They all got popped. So
yeah, they did. But I'm saying when he joined them back then, that's when they were on top and got popped. Like Usman wasn't a thing yet. You know, and so that's another thing they were saying, like how he kind of had a whatever gas tank on Ultimate Fighter in a 3-rounder, but like now he has all these 5-round wars where he just has unlimited stamina. His power went up, his punching power went up, and like they were you know, and all the acne, all that shit. So. But dude said he's not, because he never says like, oh, this person's on it. He's just saying like, based on everything I know about this is what he believes. So, I mean, but there's been a couple different videos pretty much on the same kind of subject matter about things And then the fact that like his dad's like a pharmacist, his brother's a pharmacist, and I don't know.
How he never get popped then?
Because they were saying like they don't test for everything. It's kind of like when you go to like Planned Parenthood, right? You get the P test that covers the basics, but then there's other tests like for AIDS and certain things that it's not gonna come out in your P. So it's kind of like the same thing with, I guess, USADA, where they have the basic test, like DJ was talking about, the fat book that'll cover a lot of different things. But then there's other tests that cost more money to find out because you have to dig deeper, and therefore they don't test those tests unless you give them a reason to. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you red flag on these other ones, or you something weird about you, and they're like, you know what, this dude might be on HGH, so we're gonna do an HGH specific test because they don't test HGH regularly or EPO.
Sound like he been fucking niggas up and they hating on him. That's what it sound like to me.
Because they were saying the same shit with like the Brock Lesnar shit. They're like, Brock Lesnar's juiced to the gills, you know what I'm saying? And still got the fight.
Brock Lesnar also pissed hot. So everybody else you naming has tested hot. Vitor Overeem was with the Black Zillions like maybe a year. He bounced around from gym to gym for a long time. Like he was out there in Albuquerque. He went to man. Overeem's been everywhere.
But I'm saying that this dude is not spitballing and freestyling this shit. This motherfucker got dates, times, documents, all that shit. Like he has pictures of Usman when he was in fucking high school, college, wrestling, all that. Like this motherfucker, it was like an hour-long video. Like he went in depth on this shit. And he does it for everyone, not just him. He did one for Conor. He did one for like other athletes and shit. Like it's like, you know, the shit with Conor was like the same shit. The injection things, how he's balding on top now, right here all of a sudden, and the head shape, all that shit, eyebrows, like all kinds of shit. Like the motherfuckers be on it. Like, but I don't know. There's no telling. I mean, like everyone says, everyone's on PEDs, bro. It's just some of these PEDs are legal, and some of them are not banned yet.
That's not true though.
That's true.
Until you pop dirty, I'm not calling you a drug cheat.
No, but the thing is, you can legally do some of these PEDs. I'm not saying everyone's on illegal PEDs, because there's legal PEDs you can take, or a certain amount of legal PEDs you can take within certain limits. So I'm saying everyone is taking something. They're not just all on food and water.
No, everybody can, but it's one thing for it to be a banned stuff. It's a reason why certain stuff is banned and certain stuff ain't.
Yeah, true. I mean, look at the Canelo shit, right? Canelo got popped for clenbuterol. You're still allowed to take it. He just took too much. And then they raised the level. So, like, he won't get banned as long as he keeps it in the limit, but clenbuterol is still a PD, and you're allowed to take it within a certain limit. So that's what I'm saying. Everyone takes PDs. Everyone takes something, some type of fucking shit. In as an athlete nowadays, it's kind of like you almost have to if you want to stay on a high level. Now, as far as I don't think everyone's taking illegal shit. I don't think everyone's going and risking their career like that. But I think everyone is going to work the most they can within the limits that they give you. Like when USADA says, look, okay, you can have point this of this and point this of this and point this of this. But motherfuckers taking all that shit. Just keep it right here. Keep it. You know, you can even get testosterone exemptions if you go to the right doctor. They'll be like, "Oh, you're low. You're allowed to take testosterone." And USADA's like, "All right, well, you got your doctor note. You can take testosterone." That's what happened with Vitor until he fucking blasted that shit out the fucking universe.
No, the thing with Vitor, because TRT was completely legal, and then they started going back and looking. It was like, wait a minute, man, it's too much of a slippery slope for that.
Yeah, but the levels that fool was testing that were like on some fucking like superhero levels, bro. It was like not even human levels.
TRT Vitor.
Yeah, I don't think the NBA tests for HGH. I don't think the NBA tests.
No, and the NBA only tests one time before the season and never again as long as you're clean. Mm-hmm. That one test, and you know when the test is coming.
I know somebody in the NBA who's not being tested, but I ain't gonna say no names.
There's a lot of them motherfuckers. Here's the thing. In all the years of the NBA, the most famous person to ever get popped was fucking Rashad Lewis. Rashad Lewis. He's the most biggest name that's ever been popped. And then anyone, I think the other one was Tariq Evans, but he got popped for meth for actual drugs. So, but like as far as drug testing, the NBA never pops anybody. It's like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know. The signs are there. Like we're not like the average. We don't know much, but we all know like signs throughout the years of use. You know, your jawline, your head shake, you know, the balding.
Not only that, man. You know, the average NBA career back in the day was like 12, 13 years. These guys are playing 20 Everybody, look, we only had maybe 3 people back in the day that played 20 years. Everybody's
Yep.
playing 20 years now, 18, 20 years.
But
You
you
know what
don't
I'm
think
saying?
that's got nothing to do with the rule changes? It's not as physical as it used to be.
No,
That
I
too,
don't think
but that
that
ain't
too.
adding that many extra
But
years.
Father Time is undefeated, man. Come on, man. You got to get old. You got to get older, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people are just better athletes than others. Some people are just
Fuck no. Got
sports
better.
specific. Some people are
They
just
got better
sports specific.
plugs. Some dudes got better
Like
plugs.
Yeah, because you got
no,
a
it's
guy like
just some guys are football players, and then there's football players who are also athletes. They can play other sports. Like even going to baseball, you look at somebody like Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts could have played any sport. He is an incredible athlete. He could have played any sport he wanted to. Go back and look at Allen Iverson. He could have played football if he wanted to.
like Charlie
You
Ward.
get
Charlie Ward played several sports.
Charlie
Yeah.
Ward, Julius Peppers, and I say this too, like when people ask what all the American heavyweights are right now, they're in the NFL. Look at Myles Garrett. I mean, come on, man.
Nah, we see Greg Hardy
Yo.
already dispel that rumor.
hey, but DJ, check this out.
If he had started boxing earlier, like Greg Hardy just picked up fighting, like
Yeah,
probably 5-6 years ago.
Bare knuckle, baby.
Yeah, but DJ, the thing is, a lot of these guys spent their prime in the prime of their career getting hurt, and as they got older, they never got hurt anymore. Now that was always a red flag to me right there. But these guys stopped getting hurt as they got older.
Yeah. There's a lot of red flags, but you know, some of these athletes are our favorites, and we don't want to put that jacket on them, you know. But I mean, I'm like I said, I think Jordan's a GOAT. I also think he was on some shit. Looking back, I got to be honest. Like I grew up in an era, the '90s sports era. The motherfuckers are all on shit. Like you just look at all the athletes and just their build and the way they, you know what I mean? It's just like it's pretty obvious, you know. And it's like we have these sentimental attachments to these athletes, so we don't want to like, you know, say it. And obviously, no one's ever been popped dirty, so you can't really prove it, you know. But knowing the information we know now and looking back, it's kind of like, I think it's kind of obvious too. I mean, Jordan was losing his hair like 20-something too. Came back after that broken leg. You know what I mean? Tim Grover was ahead of his time, and then Tim Grover also trained who? Dwayne Wade, who has also been accused of being on shit because his fucking jaw size and shit. The way he kind of turned back the time on his career. So I don't know, but at the same time, if everyone's doing it, I guess it's still equal.
You don't think it's got nothing to do with these guys taking better care of their bodies now?
No, but their bodies already broke down. So how are they coming back and playing better?
Yep.
I mean, look at Anderson. Anderson got pop hot. No one even gives a fuck. No one ever gives a fuck. And when you bring up PD users UFC, nobody brings up Anderson Silva because everyone loves him. They'll rag on John Jones about picograms,
because
but
everybody was on shit back then. Everybody, man, you go back and look at all them Pride fighters, right? Pride is known for not testing for anything, right? And that's the way I look at drug testing. I don't like that they only test certain people. If we're gonna test everybody, let's test everybody. If we're not gonna test nobody, let's not test nobody. And that's the way it was with Pride. They didn't test anybody. So all them Pride guys, man, it's hard to say that they weren't on anything because they didn't test for it. We don't know. That's why I consider Fedor probably the greatest MMA heavyweight ever. Because you look at the era that he was in, right? And everybody was juiced to the gills. And he was still mashing these dudes. If they were on steroids and he was on steroids, he was still smashing them.
Yeah, fact. That's what I'm saying. If everyone's on it, it does kind of, I guess it's still even playing field. Everyone's on it, you know. But
yeah, because you look at most of Anderson's reign, right? It was before USADA. So you look at even when people bring up John Jones. Well, John Jones was on steroids. Well, so was Chael Sonnen and Vitor when he fought him.
Yeah. Yeah, but Anderson was on steroids after that shit. Like he got popped even after Vitor, like after like the first USADA wave. He got popped after.
Nobody wants to hear that when Nick Diaz brought that up about George St. Pierre, nobody wanted to hear that.
Yeah, St. Pierre's another guy that's like, you conveniently left when USADA came.
So you look at somebody else, right? Even with USADA now. I mean, it's clear with Johnny Hendricks. And not only did he test positive, but it's clear. You look at his career; he was one touching dudes straight icing them, and then out of nowhere, his power just disappeared. So, yeah, I mean, you look at somebody like Andre Arlovsky right now. You think he on shit? He's been able to turn back the clock on his career a little bit. You look at a lot of these especially heavyweights, man, they able to turn back the clock. Jose Aldo, you think Jose Aldo on anything right now? He's on a 3-fight win streak, and he's been fighting forever.
Yeah,
Think about this. His entire gym completely disappeared when USADA came up. Like, you look at guys like Renan Barão, and then you look at Claudia Gadelha. The only one who really standing from that Novo União gym right now of note is Jose Aldo.
Hey DJ, do you think that I don't have an opinion on it because I don't know, but do you think that steroids actually help the chin? Being able to make the head bigger, do you think it helps the chin?
I don't think anything helps your chin except good defense.
Yeah.
Once your chin is gone, it's gone.
Okay.
There's no exercise, anything you can do to help your chin besides hide. You can try to hide it better with your skills, but I don't think any PED you could take will help your chin. Because think about it, even TRT Vitor was getting touched up.
The reason
I think he was on the stuff. I think he was on it when he fought Anderson Silva and got front kicked to the face. So I don't think anything really helps your chin.
You out. Okay, but they were talking about
Piro said they all on that ish. Vada is used to punish fighters, no cap.
Man, Vada ain't never popped nobody either. That's what I'm saying. That's a conflict of interest. That's Vegas testing fights for Vegas. You think they're gonna fuck up their own money? Like, no. Ain't nobody ever been popped from Vada in a major fight. No major fighter has ever been popped from Vada. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I can't speak on that because I don't have the notes for it, but I'll have to check that. That'll be some good research for me to do. When's the last time?
You think about the last big fight was what? Big Baby Miller, and now he got popped by the UK dudes, right? Or was it? Might have been.
No,
Vada.
that fight was here.
But it wasn't Vada though. That tested because that fight was in New York.
I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to do the research on that.
You see him recently? He's coming back to fight like in Bulgaria or Colombia or some shit. And that dude is fat as fuck.
Argentina.
Bruh. That dude's fucking huge. He's like 3-something.
But I will say this, right? The champions get tested more than anybody. Like, you look at Kamaru Usman and even Aljamain Sterling, Holly Holm. Holly Holm's been tested more than anybody, more than any other female in the sport. Even Cyborg. Even when Cyborg was over in
Strikeforce
in the UFC, she never popped high.
Yeah. But I didn't like what everybody was saying about Holly Holm. Everybody was accusing Holly Holm of being on steroids. Like, man, if she is on steroids, where's the power at? Because he doesn't have power like that. Holly's my favorite fighter, so favorite female fighter. So I didn't like the accusations. I wasn't with that.
Absolutely. Piro, yes, I do. I'll give it to you. Let me see. They get a double test. Let me see who we got. I'm gonna switch my laptop. Oh, that's Kyle.
Kyle, put your shit on mute.
Yeah, Kyle, mute your mic. Canes Cat Heat 305. Alabama Nick Saban 6P. I don't know. We'll see. Some good teams out there, man. It's gonna be a good season. Yeah, hey Piro, this is the thing, right? See, a lot of guys are actually over with where'd Mix go? I'll get him back in if he comes back. But a lot of guys are actually over with A lot of guys are actually with Snack and Victor Conte. I don't like that they actually trust him, but if they know what they do in their career, I'm not in their camp, so I can't speak to what their thought process is. But I would never trust that man with my career after what he did to baseball and even some track athletes like Marion Jones. I wouldn't trust him with my career at all.
Exactly. Even if I wasn't taking anything he was providing, I wouldn't be in the picture with him. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just not a good look, man.
I wouldn't have anything to do with him. A lot of fighters trust him. Absolutely. Canes Cats Heat 305. That's a tongue twister. I don't know what's up with Saban, man. I can't tell you, but you know, he's still the greatest college football coach of all time. Can't deny that. But with NIL now, everything's getting a little interesting, which I absolutely love. But you know, that's just my stance, man. It's just until somebody pops, man, I can't really say that they own anything. And I think that's just being fair. Man had a rally cry to the boosters for more money. I mean, yeah, they got it. I absolutely think you should just turn these guys loose. Turn these boosters from Texas and Texas A&M and USC and Ohio State and Clemson and LSU. Turn them loose. Let them pay these guys whatever they want. Like the quarterback that's coming out of Poly now, coming out of Cal Poly, he has he's committed to Tennessee, and he's already rumored to be worth $8 million or something like that.
Jeez, good God.
Yeah.
I think the transfer portal hurts more than the NIL though, because I don't mind them getting paid, I don't mind kids transferring to other schools and being able to play immediately, but some of these guys be taking advantage of that. They be transferring every year. That's what I don't like. When you're
that just means trash. That just means trash, to be honest.
Because I don't think nobody hurts more from the transfer portal than Georgetown, because we lose at least 3 or 4 guys every year. I don't know if it's what Patrick Ewing's doing or what, but I think we're always losing top players.
You know what? I'm not opposed to the transfer portal, because you think about it, these coaches can leave. They can sign a 5-year contract and leave after year 2 or year 3. And then the kid is just stuck there because they tell you not to commit to a coach, but these kids do that all the time, man. Say like their favorite position coach or their favorite head coach might leave the school, and all of a sudden they stuck at that school. So
I'm not opposed to being able to transfer, but I'm just saying some guys be taking advantage of it. Like some guys would be transferring 2 and 3 times, like every season they're transferring every year.
You mean guys like
Mac McClung. Mac McClung was another one.
Guys like Tate Martell, but Tate Martell was never that good though. And I think once you start transferring 2 and 3 times and it ain't got nothing to do with injury, I think you got to question yourself and how good you are. You're not as good as you think you are.
There we go. My shit was tripping.
What's up, Puro?
What up, DJ? What's going on, fella? Salute.
Puro Sur. What's up, dog?
Same old shit, bro. Just chilling. Yeah, I'll send you out that video. There's a shitload of videos, DJ. I won't flood your shit. It's just that one video is like key. It'll blow your mind.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put my Twitter in the chat, in the private chat.
Cool. As if you're interested. If you ain't interested, I mean, like literally, like I'm not trying to convince you or anything. You know, the damage is already done, man. You can't say Canelo without clenbuterol, you know.
I had never heard of clenbuterol before Canelo. So
me neither.
Yeah.
I always think it's funny that they pop once and they never pop again. I just always thought that was funny.
Do you think it's because they learn their lesson, or they learn how to cheat better?
Learn how to cheat better.
Learn their lesson. but I preface it by saying this: learn their lesson by not pissing off Mauricio Suleiman or Victor Conte. That's what I mean.
I could
Yeah,
definitely say I think it's that they learn their lesson too, because you look at somebody like John Jones, right? John Jones popped hot several times, whether it was cocaine or the picograms or whatever. He kept getting popped, or weed or whatever it was. He kept getting popped, so he didn't learn his lesson, so he kept getting popped.
That's true. John Jones kept getting popped. You're right.
The drug makers are always one step ahead of the drug testers, man. So as long as you stay up on the newest shit, it ain't even on the ban list yet.
Or even somebody like John Pascal. John Pascal popped dirty twice. I think who else popped dirty twice? Dillian White. I think Dillian White popped dirty twice.
He did? I remember.
So
you know what?
I think these guys just learn their lesson, man. I don't think they necessarily learn how to cheat better.
You know what Lord Jamar said? He said, if I get caught at the weed spot once, I've been there thousands of times.
There is that thought process. There is that thought process.
Yeah, they don't just get caught on their first try.
Yeah.
And then it's funny to see when some people how much their career declines and their body changes when it's clear they're not on nothing no more. Like Big Baby Miller being a perfect example of that. If you look at him right now, you can tell, like, yeah, he's probably a clean fighter right now. But that dude's almost 400 pounds. Looks like
man,
shit.
that was embarrassing today, man. I wouldn't even jumped on the scale of no man. He was pushing 350, man.
That's crazy, man.
Who was this?
Big Baby Miller.
Oh, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, man. It's pictures of him out there. I think they just weighed in today, or they had a press conference today or something. I'm not really checking for Big Baby Miller, so you know, I just saw it pop up on my timeline a couple times on Twitter. It was showing that I think he weighed in at like 345 or something like that for his fight. But he pushing 350, man. He looks absolutely god awful.
Hey, man, that's crazy because we used to think George Foreman was fat for being 244. He's in 350. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, because back in his day, heavyweights they didn't go over 225. You didn't see a lot of heavyweights over 225. So Kane's Cats Heat 305. Let me see. Let me drop the link again. I think the link is still out there, but let me drop the link again. If you want to join the panel, you can. But yeah, I'm just real fair when it comes to accusing guys of being on PEDs, man. Until you get a verified test saying that you was dirty, I don't really like to say that these guys are dirty. Even though we can clearly look at Triple G in his last fight, it's like, come on, man, you 40.
Yeah.
Well, to Cripple G's credit, he's looked like trash his last 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah, you can make that argument. Yeah.
Yeah, because Murata was on his ass until he ran out of gas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And I think that came from that 2-year layoff.
Yeah, and I think Derenchenko beat him 8-4. That's what I scored the fight, 8-4. But other people may have scored it differently, but there's no way Triple G won 7 rounds against Derenchenko. No way.
I thought he lost 2. I just don't remember how much I scored it.
Yeah, I thought he lost, man. I thought it was a clear victory for Derenchenko. I was like, oh shit, he did it.
At one point, I thought he was about to get stopped. That's how bad he was beating Triple G, because to the body, he was hurting him to the body bad. And I thought he was about to get stopped to the body. That's how bad he was beating.
Yeah, I got Canelo stopping him in this next fight. Though.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll put any amount of money on that.
I think Canelo finally gonna put him out the pasture, man.
I hope so, but it's gonna be tough, man. He got a chin, bro.
No, but this thing about it, Canelo's gonna go to the body. He's not gonna go to the chin. He's gonna go to the body.
The body's been look at the Murata fight. Yeah, the body's definitely weakened up.
Because the thing about Triple G, man, this is his cash out fight. He knows what it is.
Last thing to go is the power, man. So they always tell you.
Well, yeah, Triple G still got a little bit of power, but a lot of guys
got enough pop to keep people honest.
Yeah, he got enough pop.
Yeah, I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think he'll stop him. I think he's gonna be running wave moves.
Yeah, because he's gonna punish him to the body, man. And like I said, this is a cash out fight. We all know what it is. He didn't want to fight Andre. He didn't want to fight Charlo. This is a cash out fight, man.
You see Charlo talking about he wants to be undisputed now that Andre moved up and Triple G is probably gonna retire.
See, man, Jamal Charlo has said so many different things, man. First, it was he'll knock Benavidez out. Then when Benavidez called his bluff, he all of a sudden, I'm a 60-pounder. You got to have a COVID test. I ain't fighting nobody under 25. And, he started copping pleas after that. Then next thing you know, after his brother won, all of a sudden now I'm going up to 68. So my brother can have 160, and then now you just tell me that he talking about he want to be undisputed now. So it's man, he flip flops, man. But he human. He human, man. You don't think he going to 68?
I don't think he's going to 68.
I mean,
where else?
Benavidez is at 68, unless Benavidez is moving up.
Benavidez got a strong 2 more fights at 68. Even though he looked good in his last fight, he came in well under the weight. He came in at 166. That showed me that he could still make the weight pretty good. But I think he's got a solid 2 more fights at 68 before he moves up to 75.
He better hope better be retired when he move up. Because I don't think he's gonna be able to do better be like he did Lemieux. I don't think those little quick combinations gonna work like that.
I think it'd be a great fight though.
Yeah, it'd be a good fight. Somebody's gonna get cut up. Somebody's gonna get swollen up in that fight. So
he's gonna be 50 by the time that fight happens. So 11 chance.
Yeah, Benavidez is green, man.
Fucking Benavidez, if he's gonna move up, he's fighting
I don't think anybody's ready for that type of pressure, though. I don't think nobody's ready to fight the Terminator right now.
Well, what they can do though, they can age him out. That's what
they gotta do. I mean, trying to do the buzz.
You got to think about it, man. He'll be 38 by the time he fights Bivol.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, I told Anthony Yard he don't want that. He don't want that problem.
He's a young 38 though. He's a young, like best people say, he's not the average 30. Like Bernard Hopkins was a young 41-year-old because he didn't take a lot of punishment.
I told Anthony Yard he did not want that problem, bro.
Yeah, Anthony Yard he don't beat up, man.
Well, he's got it.
He's gonna get beat up.
He's got it because Bivol is about to fight. From what I understand, Bivol and Zerdo Ramirez are in negotiations right now for a fight, which I absolutely love.
Okay,
and,
I like that fight. I like that fight. No, man. No.
I think Zerdo might get him too.
Nah,
I definitely think Zerdo might get him as well.
Bro,
I don't know. I don't know. I want to see it.
Canelo Alvarez, man.
No, I ain't basing it on Alvarez. I am not basing it on that. But I'm saying I like Bivol. Bivol got some skill, man. He got some skill, man.
Neither one of them can hold a jock sweat when it comes to Better BF.
Do you think Better B would have beat Antonio Tarver?
Hell
yes.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I think he would have walked. I think he would have walked to one of them left hands and would have put him out, man.
Bruh.
Tarver had power, man. Tarver had legit power.
Yeah.
Tarver is only.
Tarver, that's another one. That's another one who was on steroids,
man.
Oh yeah, well later in the career he got busted. I don't think he was on steroids at 175, but he got busted at heavyweight. I give you that.
Yeah,
he probably was. He probably was.
To your point, going back to your point that you made earlier.
Yeah,
you went to the sweet spot a whole time. You only got caught once.
Okay, you right. You got me. You got You got a point. He probably was on that stuff, man. You got a point.
That's just like T.J. Dillashaw. We don't know how long T.J. Dillashaw was on EPO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EPO is expensive too, man. That stuff is very expensive.
But that shit's expensive to test also. That shit costs more money to test specifically for EPO.
My guy Best Pugilist said Triple G beats Canelo in what many will believe was a big upset, but not me. Triple G is the better pedigree fighter. He deserved to win that first fight, and you can make a case he won the second fight. Absolutely. I think he beat him clearly the first fight. The second fight was, I think Canelo won the second fight.
I gave Canelo the second fight. Because he pressured him all night and he backed him up.
Yeah, but he definitely beat Canelo that first fight. I can't even front on that, but
I can't see 11-1 in Canelo's favor the first fight. I don't remember what my score was, but 11-1, no way Canelo won 11 rounds in the first fight. Ain't no way.
Hell no.
There's no way possible.
Best Pugilist again. What you guys are missing is that this is the only fight that Triple G wants. Yeah, Absolutely. And I think the only reason this fight is happening is because Canelo's getting tired of people saying that he beat him, and I think he wants to knock him out. I really think he wants to knock him out and end any type of drama that may have went on in the first two fights. I think he really wants to stop him in this fight. So, I mean, it'll be a good fight for as long as it lasts. But I definitely got him stopping Triple G late, probably 10th or 11th round.
Yeah, maybe the 8th.
Dang, you think he's gonna get him out? I don't think he's gonna stop him at all.
I think
he's gonna stop him, man.
I think he's gonna stop. I think he's gonna go to the body. And he's just gonna be.
I think it's just gonna be another controversial decision that Triple G wins by the jab, and then he does.
But you got to think, Canelo only struggles with guys that don't stand in front of him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did struggle the first fight with Triple G, but if you don't stand in front of Canelo, you can beat him fairly easily. And then, but Triple G is gonna be in front of him, and he, like I said, he is older. He's in his 40s, so there's that.
Don't.
And DJ, I was gonna tell you, you're spot on the why the reason the fight's happening.
Absolutely, because Canelo didn't have to fight him. He has a dozen other fights lined up, and I can understand why Triple G wants to fight because he probably looking at it like, "Hey, dude, I beat you twice."
He don't got nothing else in his career worth doing. This is it.
Yeah.
Cash out.
That's it. We're going all in.
He's got other fights he can take. He's got other fights he can take, but I think he really wants that Canelo win because, like I said, he in his mind he feels like he beat him twice, and definitely I agree with him on one fight.
I don't agree with him on any fight. The first one I had a draw, and the second one,
the first one could have been a draw. The first one could have been a draw. I'm saying it could have been. I don't remember the score, but I wouldn't be mad if someone gave it to Triple G. I wouldn't say I wouldn't be mad at that. But the second fight, I get
I'm with you. I wouldn't be mad either.
Yeah, but the second fight, Canelo really beat him around the ring. He stalked him the whole fight.
Yeah, I could win the second one.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
The only thing I hated about those fights was the commentary. I hated the commentary, man. I'm so happy that HBO isn't on with Jim Lampley and Harold Letterman. I just used to hate Jim Lampley and his cheerleading, man. That was just outrageous.
Bro, you gotta watch that shit in Spanish, bro. I don't even know what they're saying, but that shit's hype.
it got to be better than listening to Jim Lampley, though. Big right hand.
Even the UK is like pretty dope to listen to sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like they're unbiased more than anything, man. The UK announcers, I feel like they really be unbiased. I think they really call it straight down the middle. But you get guys now like APN said, like back when Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley were doing it, it's like Floyd he couldn't do anything right. You feel what I'm saying? Like no matter. He could be whooping dude ass 6-0, but somebody land a big right hand by Maidana. Like great. What? Yeah. So did you not see I think Floyd's in trouble here. Wait, did you not see the first few fights? I mean, did you not see the first few rounds?
And it's crazy because I'm from the 80s. I was born in the 70s, so the 80s and 90s. In the 90s, when we would have pay-per-views, but I wouldn't get the pay-per-views. It was like I wouldn't get the pay-per-view. I was in high school, so. You would or if when I graduated high school, I didn't have no money to buy all the pay-per-views. So I graduated high school, and I graduated high school in 95. So in 97, right before I went in the military, I signed up in 96. But there was remember the De La Hoya Sweet Pea fight? It was April 97. So I'm listening to the fight, and I'm thinking, I'm listening on pay-per-view. I didn't get the pay-per-view, so I'm thinking like, dang, De La Hoya is destroying Sweet Pea. I'm like, he is beating Sweet Pea down, man. So they replayed the fight a week later on HBO, and I didn't see what I was hearing in the commentary. I saw a totally different fight. And I'm seeing Sweet Pea outboxing him, and at one point, De La Hoya threw like a 9-punch combination and missed everything, and Lampley went crazy. So it's stuff like that, man, that I never respected HBO.
That's why it's so. Yeah, great fights. Yeah. Absolutely. HBO used to put on some of the best fights, man, but I kind of miss them. I kind of miss HBO. I feel like a lot of fighters are missing HBO, missing that platform. Like Boxing After Dark was real big, even with ESPN and Tuesday night fights and Friday night fights. I think a lot of these fighters are missing that platform now.
Because see, the thing with Boxing After Dark had fights that would be pay-per-view now. You know, because they really showcase a lot of up and coming fighters like David Tua versus Ike Biabuchi was on Boxing After Dark.
Right.
These are two undefeated heavyweights up and coming. You don't get that today. You don't get two up and coming guys undefeated, put them in the ring with each other, knockout artists, because everybody's protecting their zeros for a big fight.
I don't think necessarily guys are protecting their zero. I just think the politics now even more so, like the money's changed. With inflation, the money's changed. So back in the day, a fight that you probably could have got for free, now they're going to try to put it on pay-per-view, or they'll make it a co-main event on a pay-per-view card trying to sell the pay-per-view.
Because there's no way that Luis Ortiz and Murray should have been a pay-per-view fight. Ain't no way, man. That's a Tuesday night fight special in the '90s, if that. Yeah, it'll be at least a Tuesday night fight special, but no way it's a pay-per-view fight, man. And it was a good fight though. It was better than what I thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? 4 knockdowns and all that. You know what I'm saying? But no way, man. Not Charles Murray or Ortiz. Not a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Is Ortiz Ruiz, is that pay-per-view or is that free?
Bro, these motherfuckers are lucky if I buy one fight in a year's worth of time. I'll tell you right now, man. These motherfuckers lucky, and they better be a straight buy. I ain't buying no fucking ESPN subscription or no DAZN shit. I ain't doing that shit. So that pretty much only leaves Showtime because that's the only thing you can just click and buy.
But DAZN is getting over though, man. They got DAZN makes you buy a subscription, and now they charging for the Canelo for the pay-per-view fight. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man, because all the fights is coming in the package.
That was the Zone's big thing when they launched. It was like pay-per-view was dead and everything. So now it's crazy now that they charge a pay-per-view, but it is what it is, man. It's just
the craziest thing to me, bro.
Yeah, it's
Joshua got cashed out for this fight though. Him and Usyk got cashed out, bro.
It's heavyweights, man.
But I didn't know those two that fight could generate that much money though. I didn't know that.
Saudi Arabia, man, they don't fucking play. These motherfuckers are banked up over there.
Absolutely.
Man. Hey, Floyd said he got $1 million just for a press conference out there.
Man. Okay.
Bro,
if they like you, they'll only pay for the names though. So I mean, they'll pay for the heavyweights, but they only paying for big names.
So I guess me getting 500,000 is not the question.
I don't know. Maybe you go let Stone Cold. Maybe you let Stone Cold stunner you for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I take a Stone Cold stunner for 500K.
Hey, they probably got Michael Jordan over there playing one-on-one for a couple of million, man. At the Sultan's house or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
So how long is Floyd gonna keep doing these exhibitions, man?
Shit, forever, baby. And I'm gonna watch every single one of them.
I mean, does his I didn't watch the last one. I don't think I watched the last two. I wasn't the
that shit was actually entertaining, man. I mean, we all knew what was gonna happen, but he threw a little extra sauce on it.
I mean, are they real? I think highlights. I mean, do the sparring partners, the exhibition, do they have an agreement that hey, you can't hurt me? Or are they really trying to hurt?
Nah, dude was trying. I mean, it looked like Floyd was trying to knock him out too. He was like he was trying, like it was pretty much like a hard sparring.
I think we need all these rappers and beef with each other, man. We gotta have another celebrity boxing pay-per-view so these guys get in the ring, man.
That's the best.
DJ, I tagged you on Twitter with the video. I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Then you got motherfuckers Swaggy P versus Blueface coming up, baby.
That might be all right though.
Man, we don't got to fight, man. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it, man.
He be taking it serious though.
Yeah. Blueface actually taking it serious. Y'all seen him in camp with Charlo?
Yep, Charlo, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually taking it serious. He's been training for a while, man. Like I don't think we'll see I don't think we'll see Wiz Khalifa doing any fights, but he's been his training.
Yeah.
Hell, even Ocho
Ocho.
Well, he didn't do as bad. He didn't do as bad as I thought he would do. He did pretty good.
He did actually did really good.
He with boots
Yeah,
now,
he
though.
did really good, man. He did really good in his first fight, dog.
Yeah, but now he getting trained by Bozy in it, so he gonna be really good now.
Okay, I support that.
To be honest, what impressed me when he got dropped and he got back up and finished the
got
fight.
back
That's
up.
impressive.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
fucking
Very
impressive.
impressive. Very impressive. So I ain't no problem.
And Darren Williams and Frank Gordon didn't look too bad either.
Yeah, it was bad. Man.
They all look better than Nate Robinson. Hey, speaking of, hold on. You know what time it is? You know that motherfucker is scared to fight Jake Paul, baby. That motherfucker backed out again.
Who backed out?
Let's get it.
Tommy
Who
Fury.
backed-
Next.
Tommy
Tommy
Fury.
Fury.
I know Fury's not scared of Jake Paul. Man, he can't be.
He backed out. He backed out again, bruh.
Yeah, and
Oh
you
my
know
God.
what? And you know
It's
what,
over.
Max? You know what, Max? I'm gonna say this right. I'm actually on Jake Paul's side with this. Like,
Yeah.
I've
Fuck
offered
yeah,
you to
clip
fight
it.
twice. Like the first time you backed out, it was an injury, whatever. But now I don't know what his excuse is now.
So I'll tell you exactly what the fuck it was. So this motherfucker. So Jake Paul agreed to all things. He agreed to VADA testing. He agreed to everything. And I guess in the 12th hour or whatever, fucking Fury said that he don't want to fight because his dad can't come. So then, but then what's his name was saying? Jake Paul was saying, man, your dad been not being able to come. He's a fucking criminal. He can't get in the country. And he was pointing out the fights that neither Tyson or his dad were there in this corner. And then on top of it, Jake Paul said, if that's the case, I'll fight without a fucking corner.
Yo, what? Yo.
Yeah, Jake Paul said it. He said, I will fight without a corner. We'll make it even then.
Okay.
And you don't fight no one in your corner, I'll fight no one in my corner. And he said, we'll do it just like Devin Haney is prepared to do it. Devin Haney reposted Jake Paul's little rant he went off on him. I'm just saying, man, Jake Paul's that guy, man.
I got a side with Jake Paul on this thing. If that's what really occurred, I got a side.
You gotta side with Jake Paul anyway, though. Like,
Blue Table Green.
listen. Now I ain't with Mex seeing the nigga's a top prospect, but I will say that he take the shit serious. He putting himself in a position to be great, and you gotta respect him.
Yeah, I respect him.
He's
what he did for women's
definitely
boxing.
taking it serious.
Yeah,
I think him and his
what
brother
he
take it serious. I don't think. I'm just waiting on him to fight a real boxer. That's it.
Right, DJ?
If he would have beat Tommy Fury, if Tommy Fury would have taken him, he would have got my full
Nah, you can't. No, you gotta give him a pass though, DJ, because he tried to fight
just beat him.
twice. So give him a pass.
He just beat him. He beat him before he even got in the ring.
Yeah, I'm on
Knockout.
the side. Like it looks like a duck and it's quacking like a duck right now.
It's a duck.
Well, check it out, fellas. Actually, this makes sense now. I was on a live earlier. It was a Spanish-speaking live, and the guy, he has some connections, but he's not like always right. But he was telling me about Jake Paul, and he didn't tell me that that he pulled out Tommy Fury, but he did tell me that he has like a 80% chance that he knows Jake Paul's opponent, and it's Chavez Jr.
Man, I swear to God, if Chavez Jr. loses to Jake Paul, man,
what's up,
oh
baby?
my God,
Hey, I got 20 on it. Who won it?
if Chavez loses to Jake Paul, Chavez Senior should make him change his last name. He gotta make that kid. He gotta make that kid change his last name. When he lost to Anderson Silva, I was like, man, it's got to be embarrassing to your dad, man. It's got to be embarrassing.
Didn't he quit already? Didn't Chavez Jr. already quit the fight?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so that wouldn't even be nothing. I don't even know how you qualify that fight because he already quit in the ring.
Nah, he's an ex-champ. That's it. That's all we need to see, right?
Jr.
He's a real boxer.
Not Chavez Jr., man. That dude quit already.
Chavez Jr. had a belt.
Man, listen, man. That dude quit on the fight. So I don't even know what you do with that. What do you do with that? Let's say Jake Paul get in there and beat his ass. What do you do with that?
You can give him credit.
I think Chavez can actually win this fight. I think Chavez.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I believe on that particular fight. I'm saying Jake Paul wins. I mean that's kind of what do you do with that fight? I'm not saying he does or he doesn't. What do you do with the fight is what I'm saying.
But that's a credible win though. If he beats Chavez, Jr., that's a credible win. I give him.
That's everybody was talking about. Fight a real fighter.
I'll give you credit for that.
That's the ex-champ.
And it's a boxer, so I'm definitely gonna give him credit.
Yeah, if he beats Chavez Jr., I'll give him credit for that.
Man, matter of fact, how about this? How about he serves Chavez Jr. and then right when he's done, serve Chavez Sr. in the same night? Let's just give me 2 of them things.
No, I ain't giving the credit for beating up Chavez Senior, man. I ain't giving him that, man. No.
He gonna beat her. He gonna better be fucking Chavez Senior.
Nah, man, I ain't giving him credit for that one. Nah.
That's blasphemy, man. I'll find Jake Paul and I'll fuck him up.
No way.
No fucking cap, bro. I'm telling you.
Pedro said I ain't going for that shit. We riding.
Yeah, you don't talk about Chavez Senior. That man's a
word.
Hey, he's an artifact, bro. He's a national artifact.
I never liked Chavez Senior, but I respect him. I never liked him when he was in his prime, but I respect that man now, and I hate it.
Yeah, I respect
even though I did. Yeah, even though I never liked him.
Huge Chavez Senior fan, but I respect.
I wasn't no fan, but I really hated him getting old and guys beating him up. Even if I don't like a fighter, I hate to see when legends get old and guys beat them that couldn't have beat them in their prime. I don't like seeing that.
Right. I don't, and even that, man. I just don't like seeing champions go out on their back, like former champions
I don't like
going out on their back. Like I didn't even though I wasn't a big B-Hop fan, I didn't like seeing B-Hop get knocked through the ropes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
seeing Roy Jones going over to Russia.
Yeah, I didn't like seeing Roy get beat like that.
Yeah, but B-Hop said he slipped. He said B-Hop said he slipped. He said he didn't get knocked out. He said he slipped.
That was slipped into.
Which one of y'all motherfuckers hit me?
Bernard's my favorite fighter, but I'm glad Bernard lost that fight because I said it before the fight. Like, if Bernard wins this fight, he's gonna keep fighting. So I was glad he lost because nothing was gonna get him out that ring.
Yes.
Yo, let's. Hey, I hope you're right about that Chavez Senior shit. I mean Junior shit though. That's a cool replacement. I think he said they're 45 days away from the date that they had saved. So I think that's what he said. Jake Paul said,
I think August what 6th is this date?
I don't remember.
Man, Chavez can't get in shape in 45 days, man. You know Chavez Jr. out of shape right now.
Bro,
come on, man.
Bro, his training camp is eating cereal and pink draws, man. You can do that anywhere.
That man can't get
Being
in shape.
was never his forte anyway.
Yeah, he was never in shape. You know he didn't get in shape in 45 days.
I'm gonna just shadow box in his living room.
Back.
That's it.
Yeah, I might. If it's 45 days from now, I might have to put some money on Jake Paul then.
Hey, let's go.
I might have to put money on Jake Paul, man.
Let's go, baby.
Nah, 9 fights versus an MMA dude. I don't care how much you suck, bro. Chavez should make easy work of him.
But Anderson Silva used to box though. He did used to box, but still, Chavez used to beat old Anderson Silva. He should have beat him up bad, man. There's no excuse for that.
I feel you.
Yeah, that should have been easy work for Chavez Jr., man.
And I picked him to win. I picked him to win.
46, 47-year-old Anderson Silva, who was on like a 6-fight losing streak or lost like 5 out of his last 6 or something like that. You should have beat him.
So if Jake Paul beats Junior, right, and then if his next opponent is Anderson, who beat Junior, and he beats Anderson, that's it. He's good.
I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit. All right. I will give him credit.
Put it on wax.
I only give him credit for fucking Chavez. Another MMA fighter? Hell no.
So even though Anderson beat Chavez, you wouldn't give him credit for
Silva is
the winner?
Silva does have a boxing record, though.
He does. I think he's actually undefeated, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I give him credit for Silva.
Maybe a little credit. I'll give him a little.
And then after that, I don't know who's really left. You can't go Kendall Gill after that. That's kind of
Kendall Gill's too old, man. Kendall Gill does have a boxing record. He's like 4-0, but Kendall Gill's in his 50s. I can't. Kendall Gill will lose this fight. No way.
Well, didn't he say he wanted to make a go of it? Fuck, man. Start going after contenders and shit, you know?
He's been calling out Jake Paul for about 2 years now, so
Jake Paul don't want. Yeah, Jake Paul don't want that problem. Kendall Gill, big boy, man. That's not even the same.
He's 6'5". He's 6'5", but he is in his
50s. What's up?
Somebody else calling for the fight who actually has a boxing record. I think he's like 2-0, 3-0.
Kendall's like 3 or 4-0. 3 or 4-0.
MVP's been calling for that fight too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, but a Nate or Nick versus Paul. That's
They're
big money.
not actual boxers, Max, but I get what you're saying because even Andre Ward said they used to give him good work in sparring back in the day. So
yep.
Yeah.
But
they got chins.
That's sparring, man. So I take that for what it is. It was sparring.
That's Andre Ward though.
Yeah, but it's sparring, man. Everybody get their ass whooped in sparring every now and then.
Yeah.
Facts.
Even Floyd got beat up in sparring by what's the man
Floyd,
named?
Tyson Fury, Tank.
Yeah.
You know, you hear different stories about different guys getting beat up in sparring.
And you
I
also
forgot
got to
the guy's
remember,
Errol, I mean, countless guys have gotten beat up in sparring. So sparring is sparring.
yeah, you also got to remember they like certain days of sparring, they go like they simulate like a real fight, but they try to work on certain things. They're trying to like get better or add to their game.
Right. Even the day that people say Brian Norman Jr. beat up Tank, right, with the Showtime cameras there. They say Tank was just working on defense that day. He wasn't really throwing back. He was just trying to work on his defense.
I feel.
So, you know, it's just that's why I say sparring is sparring. You got on headgear, you got on bigger gloves, so you're gonna try things in that fight that you probably wouldn't try in a live, in a live fight. So, I mean,
Exactly.
it's just sparring is sparring.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
ESPN got to work on their defense too. This fucking pound for pound list, they have Devin Haney not even in the top 10, bro. What the fuck?
He's not in the top 10. Well, I don't understand how Lomachenko's still in the top 10. That's well, I do understand. I do understand.
I don't understand that one either, to be honest.
My bad. I understand it. ESPN.
They
That's all.
love
That's all I gotta say.
ESPN, man.
Bob Arum, ESPN. That's all you got to know.
But right now, Devin Haney is a Bob Arum fighter. He's undisputed
Exactly.
champion.
Yeah.
Like the fuck.
I understand, but he should be in there with Lomachenko, man. He should.
They got Bivol in there now. Like Bivol just made compared to the last list before
what?
I don't know, because this is a new list. I believe the only fights that happen with the fighters involved is Monster and Beterbiev. I think are the only people on here that have had a fight since that last list. And they took Haney off and they put Bivol on, and Lomachenko's number 9 now.
So I hadn't looked at it. Do they still have Estrada on the list? I remember they had Estrada.
No.
They also
I
got
think Estrada's off now on most lists.
Their list is
they also got heavyweights on their list too. So
their list is
no heavyweight should be on the pound for
to be
pound.
honest.
No heavyweight should be on the pound for pound list. None.
they're the true pound for pound kings, man.
Yeah, the pound for pound.
They're the only ones that fight those 30-pound differences, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what could be more pound for pound than that? That's three weight classes.
The term pound for pound was created in spite of heavyweights. That's why it was created.
Yep.
Yeah, well, guess what? We live in an all-inclusive era now. So
no, stop it, man. Don't start your mess tonight, man. Don't start it, man. Don't do it.
It's demon time. It's demon time.
Fucking funny.
Max, you've been good tonight. Don't you start that, man.
I was doing good there. DJ. I was doing good.
You're doing good. You're doing so good tonight, man.
Kyle's on mute, so I guess I'll just stay doing good since he's doing good too tonight.
What's good here?
Kyle, you know you're not gonna hear the end of that, right?
Nah, never.
That's a classic moment in boxing section history, man.
Yeah, that's a Hall of Fame moment right there for sure.
My man.
Now, but ESPN's list is Bud, Monster, Earl, Canelo, Tyson Fury, Usyk, Beterbiev, Bivol, Lomachenko, Shakur.
Wow, they got Shakur that low?
On 10. They're on 10.
Man,
But to not have Devin Haney or Charlo? No Devin Haney,
But
no
hold
Charlo.
on, they don't have Estrada in there. Did you say Estrada name?
No.
No, they took Estrada off. I remember Estrada was on the last one that I saw.
How did they take him off if he's beat 3 of the top fighters at 115? How is he not up there?
Who's he gonna get a fight?
Excuse it by
he's
inactivity.
not on my list either, but so I ain't gonna.
He ain't not top 10. Okay, so you can say okay on the particular list they have. You can say okay, Estrada instead of Lomachenko, right? Okay, cool, but you got to put Charlo and Devin Haney on there. So that's 2 spots that someone got to get out.
Yeah, and they are undisputed, so I can agree with that. I can agree with Charlo and Devin Haney. But I think the pound for pound should be for you to be in the pound for pound. I like whoever beat the most at their top 10 in their division. I think they should get top status, to be in the pound for pound list. If you beat the most top fighters in your division.
I think everything goes by should go by your last fight, which is Canelo is top talent, but he lost. He's coming off a loss. Like if he wins again and you get back in the mix, but your last fight was a loss and a very clear loss. Like how are you in the top 5?
I still got him number 1, but
it's not that he lost; it's how he lost. I mean, like someone
Badly.
says, like, when's the last time you seen a number 1 pound for pound fighter get beat like that easily? The last time I seen it was James Toney.
And then my thing
I
is,
didn't think it was easy though.
Somebody getting beat that clean.
Yeah, James Toney.
But my thing is, if you're gonna have him on the list and you have Bivol on the list, you gotta at least put Bivol above Canelo, even if it's only one spot, because he won. How can you still have someone ranked higher than someone that they got beat by?
So everybody
my list. That's why. Pretty much. No, seriously. I mean, like literally. I mean, I could justify it in my head, but at the end of the day, it is my list, and these lists don't mean shit. It's just for us to.
It's all personal
opinion. It's good theater. It's good theater. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I got motherfucking Jake Paul on my shit. What's up?
Yes, you can.
He's fighting NBA players. He's fighting
That's facts, bro.
fighters. He's fighting YouTubers. He's about to fight basketball players. He don't give a fuck, man. He's fighting all the pound for pounds of all the sports, not just boxing. He's fighting fighters from every sport. Number 1. Let's go.
Paul Spatafora, that's who you're talking about. But I saw that.
Yeah, Paul Spatafora, the one spot Floyd, yeah. But Floyd he was out of shape.
But he didn't beat him up. Okay.
Coming out of shape. He was out of shape coming in the sparring, and Spatafora was more. He's already training in shape, so I can understand why. But the thing about Spatafora, he would never fight in the ring though. He would never take that fight.
I mean, they were about to schedule it, but I think he got arrested. He went to jail for like, I don't know, I think like five.
That was the thing. He said when he said a black guy tried to rob him or shot him or something like that.
I don't remember what it was. I just remember he went to jail. I remember.
I remember Spatafora, he got hurt bad by Sosa. It was on ESPN, and Sosa almost had him out on his feet. He had him out. I'm like, it's about to be an upset.
Yeah, man.
What's cracking this weekend? Oh, it's the Undisputed Women's and MJ and Bam, right?
And Bam Rodriguez. That's probably the biggest fight right now. Like
what's the betting odds on that fight?
I got Bam.
Let's round put some money on Rumble.
It's crazy, bro. It's like 5-1, 6-1 for Bam, bro. To me, those are fucking way.
Man, I got Rung Visa. See, my homegirl thinks Bam's gonna win. I think Rung Visa is gonna get its decision over, man. I got Rung Visa for this one, man. I might be wrong though. I
mean, Bam is capable, but the thing is, for wrong side, man. Like to me, he's the number 2 in that division. He's the hardest hitter in that division. He got tons of experience. I don't know, man. Quadras was able to hit him with some good shots. We shall see. I'm rooting for Bam though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not rooting for either guy. I like both of them. But,
for sure.
With those odds, though, I mean, that's
man, I might have to drop something, man. Bro. I might have to drop something on the side. Come on, man. That's tempting, man. I got you, man.
What'd you say, Pedro? Like 5-1, 6-1?
Yeah, 5-1, 6-1 odds for Bam. I was talking with my friend. I'm like, fuck, man, that's super wide for this type of fight. But
exactly,
hey, man, they know something we don't. You know, that sometimes there's a lot of money that comes in and moves the fucking needle.
How old is Rung beside now? 33, 34, something like that?
I think he's 37, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe younger. Let me check. I'm being curious, actually.
About to say, because I remember him. That's the one who beat the dog shit out of
Chocolatito
on HBO.
Yeah, and then knocked him out the second time. But he also he beat Estrada the first time, and then Estrada beat him in the rematch.
Controversially.
Yeah. Controversially.
I thought it was a draw, me personally.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's close fight. It's close.
It was a very close fight. Yeah.
And
Quadras beat Rungvisai too.
Quadras beat him. Yeah. And see, all those guys fought each other. Quadras, Rungvisai, Chocolatito, Estrada. All those guys fought and beat each other. Like they interchangeably. Well, Estrada didn't. Quadras didn't beat never beat Chocolatito. But like all these guys, they beat another guy at least once or twice. You know what I'm saying? They beat the other guys and stuff like that. So I respect that. I respect those are the new 4 kings that we have today. And this division don't even get the exposure that it should be getting. All the top guys are fighting each other.
That's facts, bro.
And you got Nietzsche and Ioka. What you say? What was it, Mix?
Jake Paul knock all 4 of them kings same night.
Come on, man, these guys are 115, man.
What's up? Hey, what's up? They real boxers? What's up?
They 115, man. These guys are like 5. They're like 5'2", 115.
So good. He was doing so good tonight.
2-on-1, man.
Max was doing so good tonight, man.
Tank don't want it. Canelo don't want it. None of them want it.
Man,
Hey, There's
Yeah,
hardcore video evidence
Coley
of
don't want
Tank
it.
and Canelo turning down the fight.
Breeders don't want it. Go ahead and call some cruiserweights.
I swear.
Calling out lightweights.
He called out Canelo. He called out light heavyweight.
If Jake Paul would somehow beat Canelo, I would.
Oh my God, bro!
I'm just saying that would happen.
He's the GOAT.
Max, I would never say anything bad about you again.
Hey, you gonna get a?
I swear, I wouldn't come on the show. I wouldn't come on the show for like 6 months after that.
Fuck that. That would happen. Max would disappear, bro. I'm just saying.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. You wouldn't hear from me for 6 months, man.
Yeah, nah. I mean, shit. Yeah, you probably wouldn't hear from me.
I would
I'm deleting all my social media. Man,
Trolls would have a field day, man.
Bruh, I'll be the happiest man on earth. I definitely gonna put 100 on it.
Canelo, oh my goodness. Oh man.
Bro, the betting odds on that, Jake Paul is gonna be like 100 to 1, bro. I'm gonna put 100 on it, baby. We getting out the ghetto.
we would never hit the end of that, man. I swear we wouldn't.
That would be an embarrassment to the sport, bro. To be honest, bro.
Man, he might try to fight Mayweather, get his get back from Hogan. Look. I kind of feel like a Jake Paul Roy Jones is probably somewhat plausible.
Mix.
Nah, that's a good one.
You were doing
What's up, man?
As an exhibition, though, right?
Nah, a real one. Fuck it. Roy Jones down for a real fight. He's trying to fight Chris,
man. He's too out of shape, though. Remember when he fought Mike Tyson? He was all out of shape.
Yeah,
it don't matter. He's just down. He's a fighter.
And look, Roy went in there thinking they finna dance around the ring, have a little fun. Mike started throwing real smoke to the body. Roy was like, "Hold on, Mike."
hey, if he beat Mike,
hey, hold on, man.
I'll tell you what, he's on a bunch of PEDs. Mike was because he was fit, bro. That fight, man, he looked like Mike Tyson.
Hell yeah. He was on the Magic Milkshake.
Those are exhibitions, so he good.
Yeah, they want to test him for that. So yeah, all right.
Hey, they don't test a lot of professional fights either. Fuck it. Hey, if Jake Paul fights Mike Tyson, beats him, what's up? You get credit for that, or Mike Tyson?
No, man, Mike's in his 50s, man.
But
isn't he fighting
Jake
like
Paul,
Logan, Paul?
Dude.
Or isn't he fighting Logan?
I think they're talking about him fighting Logan. Dude,
Yeah,
Logan's crazy. He gets to fight Mayweather, Mike Tyson.
If you're gonna do that, like this is my thing with Jake Paul, right? It's the only hang up I have against Jake Paul. If you're gonna do that, if that's your lane, if you want to just fight guys who are past their prime or guys who are not real boxers, that's one thing. But if you're actually trying to take the sport serious and talking about becoming a champion in that sport, you gotta start fighting dudes. That's my only thing with Jake Paul. Is he taking the sport serious or not? It's one thing to take training serious to stay in shape and all this type of stuff. But once you start talking about becoming a real fighter, you got to actually start taking on real prospects.
But that's my point, DJ.
At or around your level.
If these people are in his first 10 fights, it's fine. If all these people are within his first 10 fights, right, that he's ever had in his professional career, that's a hell of a first 10 to come in on and then like taking it serious. Because everyone else's first 10, nobody fucking knows them. Earl Spence, Bud, Mayweather, nobody knows their first 10 opponents. Like they weren't ex-champions.
Something. Jake Paul is just trying to call out just trying to fight these older guys, just trying to make money. That's one thing. I'm saying if you're really taking the sport serious, because I think he, no matter how I feel about it, right? I think him and his brother both take it serious. You gotta get in a weight class and start building yourself up, man. That's my only hang up with Jake Paul. Are you gonna really fight fights, or we just gonna keep doing the sideshow stuff?
I'm just
and the
saying,
thing is too, like these 10 fights are a waste. Oh, bad. Go ahead.
No, I just don't see how his path is that much different. Because your favorite fighter's first 10 fights weren't even fucking televised. You don't know who he fought. You don't know what the background of those fighters were. You don't, just because they had a professional boxing license doesn't mean shit. They might have not had no amateur fights. Some of these dudes are 0-5 that people are starting their careers off with. But Jake Paul is fighting ex-old champions. I get it. They're out of the prime. They're not who they used to be. But they're still skilled opponents. And Jake Paul just started boxing, 3 years ago? It's not like he's been doing this since he was 6, and he did amateurs, and he comes in his first 10 fights against nobody. Nah, he just got off the couch and said, hey, I'm just going to try this out and do this shit. So like his first 10 fights compared to like a lot of legends' first 10 fights, it's not really comparable. And then like if it's 13, 14, 15 fight, he starts fighting real competition, ranked opponents and shit. I'm cool with that.
And I hear
But
you where you're
I don't
coming from, but the thing is, the difference between fighting like UFC dudes, like that used to be former champions, or whatever, opposed to like just like 0-5 dudes that are boxers, is that like literally these boxers like know how to throw a punch. So like you're able to practice your defense like an actual dude that's throwing a proper punch, you know. Where like UFC, I don't know, I'm not a big UFC fan, so I don't know if how you throw a punch in UFC is the same way. I have no idea.
No, most UFC fighters don't. They don't sit on their punches out of fear of the takedowns like that. They don't sit on their punches as much as boxers.
I'm saying nobody knows.
It's a little to your detriment, but I hear you.
Punches over the same. It's not the same. It's a reason why boxers are the hardest punchers on the planet. Like there's different. The distance is different. The counters are different. It's not the same.
Take that back.
The
So far,
distance
Francis Ngannou is the hardest hitter, the hardest puncher on the planet.
I thought that was Wilder.
I mean, as far as someone that's been documented, as far as like actually getting their pounds per pressure or whatever, Ngannou so far set the record.
Oh shit! How much?
Fuck, I forgot what it was because they did the miles per hour and the impact. I forgot what the force time shit or whatever that shit was on that shit.
I hope his knees heal properly though.
Is that what?
I said I hope his knees heal properly.
Oh, Francis, I know, man.
I could take a punch from Ngannou.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he better hope those knees heal properly because if John Jones comes back, he's oblique kicking the fuck out them motherfuckers, and it's over.
But it only takes one though. It only takes one for him to land though.
He ain't getting that, bro. What are you gonna do when your knees getting pushed back?
I don't know. John Jones been getting hit a lot lately, man. John Jones been changing his style up a little bit. He doesn't move like he used to, so and you know he got all that weight, so Ngannou might land that punch that he needs.
He's Tim Duncan in that shit right now. He's not exerting no extra effort. He's just getting in the post and getting his money, baby. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Yo, I was gonna use that.
That popped in my head when Max was telling me about the punching shit.
Yo. Speaking of that, have you seen the new Rocky 4 movie though?
The new Rocky 4.
Yeah, you know, last year they came up with a new Rocky 4 movie. They recut the whole movie. It's a completely different film.
I did it.
Yeah, you got to see that, man. It's a completely different film. They had all the leftover stuff on the cutting floor. And they had like an hour of footage, new footage. It's a completely different movie.
Oh shit! I'm gonna rock too. I'm gonna watch that shit soon.
Yeah, but it's streaming somewhere. You can pull up. Like the movie starts with Apollo goes to Rocky's house and they're talking during the day about him getting back in the ring to fight. There's all new commentary, all new dialogue. Everything is like the new the fight scenes is different. Like when Drago killed Apollo, everything's different. Like an hour. It's a whole different movie, man. Yo, you got to peek that. I'm telling you.
Damn, that's like Jackass 4.5, man. That was like hell.
Yeah, something like that.
Movie.
Hey DJ, man, hold it down till 2:30, man, till I get back up.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone recut the whole.
You talking about getting back up, dog? You gotta be specific now, Kyle.
I told you, Kyle, you're not gonna hear the end of it, man.
Never. We'll never forget. Yo, what?
I'll take that online. Right now, the Rocky movie, the new one.
To what? What do you say?
You can get the new Rocky movie online.
Yeah, it's streaming now. It's streaming now.
Oh shit! I'm up stream that shit in a minute.
yeah. I bought it the day it dropped. I couldn't wait because Rocky 4 is one of my favorite films, but I couldn't wait to see it. So I actually rented. I rented the first day it came out on Amazon, but it's streaming now. But yeah, I loved it, man. Now, even though I like Rocky and I know that's not real. I was pissed when I saw Creed 2. That movie made me mad, yo. Cause I'm like, you got Michael B. Jordan beating that big Russian, man. Like, come on, son. I thought we were supposed to make these movies real, man.
Listen. How was he a light heavyweight in his last fight? But now he just completely skipped cruiserweight. Now he's fighting heavyweight.
Yeah. man,
I thought they fumbled with that. I thought they should have kept him at light heavyweight. But I was like, man, come on, dog. Michael B. Jordan.
What do you mean, DJ? Like, because he's
smart. This dude that he's fighting is like 230, 235. Like, man, come
solid,
on, man.
solid.
Because he knows cruiserweight is a weak ass division. That's why he just gets the shit.
Yo, he knocked this Russian out with a broke rib,
I got
man.
L-Dub said that yesterday.
He
Going
said
to
there
the
ain't no
Ravens. He's
names
like,
in
cruiserweight
cruiserweight.
is
I'm
like
going straight to
stepchild.
heavy.
Nobody really cares.
Man,
And
I
you
was
gotta
so
fill in the
pissed,
gaps
man.
though. Like tons of Nandrolone. That's how he got up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Nandrolone, Corinna Ball, all that shit.
What's up, bro? I'll see you. Man, Jake Paul versus Michael B. Jordan. What's up? Line it up.
Yeah, you know, Michael B. Jordan was talking junk to Roy Jones when he was doing a little training. I like, man, I hope Michael B. Jordan don't let this film get him hurt. don't let this film get you hurt, man, because Roy Jones is a real fighter.
Man, Jake Paul versus Joe Biden. Set it up. Hey, Jake Paul wins again. Our gas prices lower. Cut him in half.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Do it for the people.
Shit, I'll be back, fellas, man. I'm gonna get some cigarettes. If you guys need to kick me out, man, go ahead.
All right, Pedro.
All good.
All right, right back.
Yeah, man. Gegard's fighting this weekend as well, man. So.
Oh, Saudi, who's he fighting?
Let me see. I forgot Buddy's name, but he's the number one guy. He's 11-0, strong wrestler. Let me see. I gotta look him up. I forgot his name. Damn, if you hadn't asked me, Max, I could have told you.
Damn. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
But yeah, Bellator's got a card this weekend too. PFL's got a card. I wish I could have went, man. I would have went to that PFL card, but I got to work this weekend.
Hey, Friday night, bare knuckle, baby.
Hey, this the call with Venom Page is fighting on Bellator?
No, that's in August.
No.
Okay.
Michael Page, I got to go back and watch his fight, man. I think he got robbed. He lost his last fight. Let's see. Yeah, Brennan Ward's on this card. Cody Law's on this card. My baby Alejandro Lada's on this card.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, Saba Hamasi's on this card. Kat Zingano's on the prelims as well.
I heard that Kat Zingano turned down what's her name again? Turned down what's her name? I can forget this girl's name. How do I forget her name?
Cyborg.
Cyborg. I heard she turned down Cyborg again, man.
It's kind of tricky because she wasn't ready to come back from injury. Like Kat Zingano's had some horrific injuries, man. I think she's blown out both her knees. She had an elbow injury at one point. So I mean, it's they probably tried to get her to come off Johnny Eblin, that's his name.
Okay.
Johnny Eblin. He's the number one contender right now. He's like I said, he's another strong wrestler, has great ground and pound. But it don't matter, man. Gegard's the second best middleweight in the world. Danny Sabatella is on this card as well. So Enrique Barzola's on this card. He getting banged, son. Oh,
and
man.
You said that card is this Friday? This Friday.
This card is let me see. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Bellator usually fights on Fridays.
Yeah, I know it was on Friday. But see, like we talked about it before.
Irish Brennan Ward on this card.
We talked about that, man. Like, yo, why did Saturdays become the fight day? I mean, what's the reason behind that, man? I'm just not, because like I said, back in the day, a lot of the biggest fights in boxing history weren't on Saturday. You know, Hagler Hearns is a Monday night. Tyson Spinks is a Monday night.
I couldn't tell you. Your guess is as good as mine, man. But yeah, this is a nice little card. It's a nice little card for Bellator Saturday, man. But I'm gonna have to watch this and boxing. Dang, God, I'm like,
hey, Friday,
2 screens,
hey, Friday
screen,
night,
baby.
Friday night, $5. Friday night.
I'll be at work, man. So I'll only have my phone, so I have to flip back and forth.
Hey, because that dude, the champ that's fighting for bare knuckle, Palmino, that dude's a savage, bro. I've seen like probably 4 of his fights. That motherfucker comes to chunk.
Hey, yo, Max, the PFL, the bare knuckle fight is Friday night.
Is also Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, no, they might be tomorrow. I think they might be tomorrow. No, they Friday. That's Friday.
Yeah, Friday is tomorrow.
24th. And then right next door in Atlanta, man. I wish I could have went, especially see one of my favorite fighters ever, Anthony Pettis.
Anthony PFL?
He's one of my favorite fighters. He fought. I mean, he did everything we asked any fighter to do. He fought all the top guys, right? Never pop positive for anything, right? And he was a champion in every promotion so far that he's been in. So, oh, who fell off? I think that
know.
was who's that? Was that Pittsburgh? Hey, if y'all see this adult dating stuff in there, y'all wrenches in the chat, y'all get them out of there, man. Y'all don't even like I.
Hey, DJ, Jimmy Rivera's making his debut bare knuckle too.
Okay, see, I'll watch that. I'll watch that. If you got guys who are actual fighters, like still in their prime a little bit fighting, I'll watch it. But if you've given me fucking Chop Corley and I can't fuck with it, man. I just got to be honest with you. But if like even Hector Lombard. Hector Lombard is even intriguing, right?
Well, he was champ for a little bit.
Huh?
He was champ for a little bit.
Yeah. See, Hector Lombard, even though he got one of them Cuban birth certificates, you don't really know how old.
Cuban birth certificates for the win.
Yeah, that's another one that's got one of them Cuban birth certificates.
The Cuban birth certificates.
They telling us he's what, 40, but you don't really know.
Yo, I need to get me one of them Cuban birth certificates, man. I gotta get one.
Oh man. Or be like my guy from Louisiana that said all his transcripts and everything got torn up in the hurricane.
Yeah, he's playing ball.
24 25, dropping 30 a game on these kids.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just yeah, man, it's just one of them things. But yeah, man, he was doing good work. Who else? Even when Paulie Malignaggi got beat. I mean, I enjoyed watching Paulie. Anytime Paulie Malignaggi get beat up, I enjoy it. So,
I just realized I'm working Friday night too. I got a bartend.
That dude, look, he's very knowledgeable. He's very annoying, man. Paulie's always been annoying to me.
Paulie Malignaggi's a turd.
He's Italian, fool. He's sick.
But yeah, I actually enjoyed Artem Lobov I enjoyed watching Artem Lobov in bare knuckle.
Oh, Artem Lobov and Jason Knight was a fucking classic.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Max. That was a good one. Artem Lobov and Jason.
That was like their Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner fight.
Whatever his nickname is.
Yeah, that was like their Griffin Bonner fight. That's kind of like their thing to put them on the map and got people kind of interested in watching the shit. But I think like their champions are pretty solid.
Yeah, I'll never get it. Get back those minutes or that time I sat there and watched Rachel Ostovich and damn Paige Van Zandt fight. But
I've seen all Paige Van Zandt bare knuckle fight. She ain't having a few, but I like Paige Van Zandt. Like I said, she can't fight worth nothing, but she's a good girl. She's a good person.
Hey, you already know it because of me, man.
Very nice
fights come on.
Very nice.
That's smoke break. That's smoke break time right there.
I like Paige, man. I just hated that her career has come to what it's come to. Her doing porn and all.
She can't fight, man.
I agree. I agree with you. She can't. You can't. But I hate it. I hate that she's come to that, man. I don't know if it's her husband got her doing it. It's something she wanted to do, but she's like doing full porn now. I'm like, come on, Paige. You're better than that. Nothing wrong with doing porn.
Yeah, she's got a whole OnlyFans now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She's better than that.
She don't have
doing it with me.
She don't have an OnlyFans. She got a full porn website. She got a full website.
Man. Well, if she needs help on some content, holla at your boy.
I mean, she's doing everything up there. She ain't playing around. This is not PG-13.
You watched it?
I ain't seen it.
Yeah, I went up there.
I
say no. Now, I ain't no subscriber, but I mean, like you can find the pictures online anyway. But I went up there like, I went up there. I ain't gay, of course. I want to see too.
If you're gonna show it to everybody else, I might as well go ahead and take a look at it.
I want to see. I want to
put it out there.
Yeah, I want to see that hole too. I gotta see that hole, man.
Is she on the hood?
I love it.
No, she ain't on the hood.
Oh man, we ain't right.
Men. Fuck yeah, man. It's the He-Man Woman Head Club right here, baby.
I didn't know
we love women over here.
Yeah, I didn't know Paige Van Zandt was. I didn't know she was that young. I didn't know she was. She's not even 30 years old, man.
Bro, she's only like 26.
Yeah, she's young, man. She's not even 30, man. That's crazy.
When she got into the UFC, right? Because they were gonna have her on that season, where they crowned the first strawweight champion, the season that Carla Esparza won.
Yeah, Esparza one, yeah.
But she was too young. She was only like 19, and since they had alcohol in the house, they couldn't let her in there. That's why they didn't let her in there. But they were actually gonna have her on that season. So I think she ended up making her UFC debut on that card that night on the Ultimate Fighter finale. Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering what the fuck took her so long. From the moment she was in UFC, everybody knew we wanted to see that bitch naked.
but I guess she was making a little bit of dough. She was making a little bit of money in UFC, but now I guess when times get hard, man, that rent due. Once that rent is due.
Hey, what about, hey, all positive. I mean, what would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry?
Come on, man.
Like a rap song.
Yeah, that's a City High song. Yeah.
And the only way to feed him.
Hey, look, man. Like me and DJ discussed before, I don't have a problem with a girl that's a whore. I'm not saying Pedro Sands is a whore, but I don't have a problem with a girl that takes the clothes off, make money, or sleeps with guys and lets you know she does that. It's the dishonest whores that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? That's what me and DJ talked about.
I know that.
Yeah. Because I deal with a lot of slowers. I deal with a lot of chicks that got guys on the side, and I got girls on the side, so I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's this dishonesty that I don't like. If you're a whore, let me know.
I mean, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. No judgment.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. I ain't gonna judge you. But it's the girls that are whores and they give off the good girl image. That's what I hate. I don't
I'm
like
judging
that.
you. I'm judging your daddy. I'm judging your family. I'm judging all that. Something missing in your head.
Nah, I ain't judging, man, because we like sluts.
I love them. I love sluts.
Yeah, you know, so.
I mean, yeah, cool, but I'm still judging you. I still love them. Come over, sit on my lap, but I'm still judging you.
Make them jump in the tub first.
You're still less than. I would never want you to be my mother, my wife, or my daughter. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely.
You know
Put them in the bubble bath first.
Showering is a must, though.
I ain't doing none of that for that. Those are whores. They don't deserve none of that shit. You come over here, do what you're supposed to do, and go home. The bubble bath's for wifey. You know what I mean? You're not wifey. Man, Picasso, let me find out you getting them lot lizards bubble baths, motherfucker.
I put one in the cold water.
Man.
I put one in the cold water. That's
He said, come here, I'm in room 26. I got the bubble bath ready for you.
Hey, this girl did me like that. Put me in a hot peach bubble bath. I just got out of work. I had a 40 ounce, just got out of work. It was back in 95.
Back in 95.
I know when I walked in, she's like,
man, we're going to go down a rabbit hole. Hold on. So, I mean, that July 9th
she had to go out there and put my car.
Be a good card, man. I don't know why I'm excited for this next Seau and Ray Vargas fight, but I am, man. And then you got Speedy Rashidi making his comeback on that card too. After being out of the ring, what has it been? Almost 2 years now.
That's who was at under Oscar De La Hoya, right?
Yeah. And him and Oscar had, same story, different day. You know what I mean? Oscar seems to always have contract disputes. Him and Bob Arum, they always seem to have contract disputes, man. So it is what it is.
I think Bob Arum's gonna live to be 130.
30.
My man staying young out here.
I think Bob Arum promoted Jack Johnson.
What?
I probably don't want to leave his estate to his great grandkids or whatever. He waiting for a new bunch to come in.
A new bunch.
A new generation to come in. So give him 20 more years, he'll be ready.
I mean, Bob Arum is kind of hands down the greatest promoter of all time, right?
Nah, probably so.
Uh,
Probably so because he was before Don King and he's still around. So probably so, yeah. Because Don
remember
King.
back in the day,
Muhammad
back in the
Ali
day,
till Floyd, Pacquiao, Oscar.
it used to be a different attitude back in the day. I don't know if y'all uh, seen like Don King arguing with somebody, cussing them out to their face, but never put his hands on them. It was that type of attitude back in the day. Like at my job, the driver, as soon as he got his retirement papers, he just went in there in the manager's or supervisor's ear and literally standing right there in his ear, like he's whispering in his ear and cussing him the fuck out. He just don't have to touch him. But they had, you know, they they had some good people back then, but then they were to be good in your profession, you had to straddle the fence. So it's like take the good with the bad.
One thing about Don King though, Don King jerked his fighters, but he never jerked the public because he always put great cards from top to bottom. Anytime you got Julian Jackson fighting on the undercard of Chavez and Mike Tyson regularly, you know that man's got some good cards, man. And on top of that, just look at the Mike Tyson Bruce Seldon card. You had Felix Trinidad fighting on that card and Terry Norris fighting because they was going to fight each other, and they were just basically promoting that fight. Terry Norris, Felix Trinidad got a fight up there, and Mike Tyson as the main event. I'm like, that's 3 Hall of Famers. You don't see that anymore today. You just don't see that.
Man, I wish I knew this dude's name. He was in the UFC contender. He was a heavyweight. Uh, I, I, I was just, training in Oklahoma at this guy. I knew gym. He came out of my gym, but he got a gym up in Oklahoma somewhere. But this guy came over there. I told you about that before. He had some pink boots on, some pink cowboy boots, cowgirl boots, or however you want to call. And then I asked him. I said, "Hey man, why you wear some pink boots in here like that?" Because he saw us walking. He was parked over there. We was parked over there, so we was walking across the street together. And then we met up right there. And when we got in there and started rolling and everything, I asked him. I said, "Why you wear pink pink boots?" He said, "That's just to get people riled up, get somebody, and somebody question them, try to play with them, test them or whatever, ask him is he gay or whatever." And I was like, I don't even know why you even do that, but
No,
it
I
is
ain't
what it
playing no
is.
games.
But
No, I
that
ain't doing
guy, that particular guy right there, he got 2 brothers. He was the third brother. He was the older brother. He got 2 brothers younger than him. They twins. They were doing mixed martial arts, but one of them actually was fighting. I can't remember their names, but they went to one of those organizations. I don't know if it was UFC. It could have been Bellator or somebody. King of the Cage.
Yeah,
WEC.
that's a good thing though. So many different organizations, man. It's a good thing. It's a bad thing. The good thing is so many different MMA organizations. The bad thing is you don't get to see the top fighters from the organizations fight each other. And
Oh
we
no, that
automatically,
ain't happening. That ain't happening.
yeah, I know, and we automatically
That ain't
assume that
happening.
UFC got the top guys. Everybody say, well, UFC got the top guys in every division.
They got a lot of the best guys, but they don't
Yeah,
have all the best
yeah,
guys.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't have all the best guys, but we will never see who's the best because they're not going to interchange and fight between them. You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to see that. I mean,
Maybe
wrestlers
the
could
money's
argue that
right.
though.
No, because Dana White did that before and he got burned on it. Remember when he sent Chuck Liddell to Japan to fight Rampage, and they were supposed to send somebody back, and Pride was supposed to send somebody back. I think it was Shogun. I think they were supposed to send Shogun Hua back, and they didn't. They welched on it. So,
Hey, y'all know Pete
I
Spratt?
pull him.
Y'all remember Pete
What?
Spratt?
Pete Spratt.
Yeah.
No.
That name sounds familiar. I don't really remember his fights, but that name sounds familiar.
He was in UFC. I went to their gym in San Antonio. I think I told y'all about that too a while back. But I ended up working out with him. He was showing me some kicks and stuff like that. But it's another guy there. Well, the guy that was running the gym is Rodrigo Pinero. He's a Brazilian guy. He was in WEC, World Extreme Cage Fight. Um, I worked with him, and then it was another guy in there. I got a picture with all of us on it, but this other guy was a heavyweight Pride fighter, but I can't remember his name. He's like a light tone skin black guy, kind of bald headed. You got that the ball down the middle or whatever.
George Jefferson.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was saying, well, he told me himself. He said he was in Pride. This was, I forgot how many years ago. This wasn't that far ago, but it could have been like 10 years ago.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. How hard do y'all think it's going to be once the economy now, we going like 6 months probably now, 3 to 6 months with the economy now being on the rocks? How much harder or even better does it get for those fights to be made? People going to start getting laid off pretty soon.
Money talks. Whatever them money talks or whatever someone's putting up the money, it'll probably be a little bit easier. Because like I said, we're seeing more undisputed fights now than I've seen the last few years. Like
I
for
called
undisputed.
it.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of those, man.
I called it. I think the next 2 or 3 years, there's about to be an undisputed champ in almost every division.
No, but I mean, as far as the networks, like the networks, the networks, they not just doing boxing. So the network's going to start having to trim because they're going to be losing money other ways. That's what I'm saying. So does that make, I don't know if that makes desperation for them to make better fights or scarcity because they don't want to lose money, or see what I mean? Like, they're not just doing boxing, they're doing all kind of shit, but they might be losing money on other projects because they can't finish them out.
They got to cross promote with Coco Melon if they really want to make some money.
They got to get Jake Paul They got to get Jake Paul to fight every week if they want to make money.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, hey, you guys are coming around. I'm proud of y'all, man.
Look, listen,
I'm proud of y'all.
As much junk that I give Jake Paul, I will say this: Jake Paul does generate a lot of money.
He does, of course.
I give him that.
He pays pays the fighters on his cars more money than most people too.
Exactly.
So I give him credit for that too.
I give him a lot of credit.
He even gives up bonuses out of his own pocket. Just like here's another $50K. Like,
yo, I heard some stuff about Jake Paul. Hey, Max, is that stuff true that we're hearing about Jake Paul right now? That he lost $40 million in the crypto?
I don't know. I would guess so
that's
because
probably
crypto
right.
took a shit on everybody. So
yeah, that's probably right. If he had a lot of
NFTs probably right. down.
Yeah, it's down like 40 to 60%, depending on when you bought it within the last couple months. I mean, it just depends on at what point you bought it.
NFTs are down like 90%.
Yeah, but I hope that's not true, man. I hate to see people lose their fortunes and stuff like that, man. I just hate to see it,
man. He got back end money, baby. He got Disney money. He got man. 40 ain't nothing, man. It's losing your wallet.
Man, 40 is a lot of money, man.
40 is
ain't nothing.
Man.
40 is a lot of money, man.
40 I don't care if I lose 50% between the seats. I still lost.
Exactly.
I wanted that. It's one of the things. It's kind of like when the government take your taxes. It wasn't your money to begin with anyway. You didn't cash out. You gambling that. You know what I mean?
But 40 million is a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money, man.
But you know what though?
That's a lot of money, man.
But I'm saying, I think it was in the sense of like a stock, right? Like he should have took it out when he had a chance. He didn't, but who knows where he started at? I mean, maybe he started with it was 2 million and it went up where he could have 40 and it crashed again, and they're saying he lost 40. If you're saying someone lost 40 in crypto, it's not necessarily like actual 40 million in your bank. You just say you should have took it out sooner.
Still can't, but I can't even blame them because people have lost that much with stocks. Because a lot of the big name stocks have crashed down like 50, 60%. Facebook, Apple, Amazon. So it's not like crypto, that went down, but even the big stable companies, everything has went down. So if you invest in within the last 6 to 8 months, you taking a hit, and the more riskier stuff you're in is the worse it is. So I can't even put that on him. I mean, we hope he come back, but you don't know. Biden looks so inept and so fucking lost. I mean, did y'all see that press conference he did with the tax holiday for the gas, where they trying to take the 18, they trying to force Congress to take off the federal tax for the gas, which is like 18 cents a gallon or some stupid shit.
I heard about that.
mean, yeah, he trying to get Senate to pass some law where they take off the federal tax portion of your gas bill when you go pump. You know, you got your federal tax, you got your state, and then you got your county tax. So if they take out the federal tax, that's 18 cents per gallon off across the the whole United States. So I don't know what the fuck that's gonna do for anything, but I mean that's what he's doing. They just look completely lost with this whole situation.
Man, 18 cents ain't nothing.
Nah.
Paying the gas right now, it is absolutely nothing.
But they can't do anything about gas. That's a commodity that we don't control. So we can't really do that, but they don't really want to tell people that because it'll create mass panic. All that's done by OPEC Plus, which is them Saudis. They run all that shit. We don't have no control over that. That's just some damn foolishness that they got going on. I just brought that up because, right, that's been going on so long. Pretty soon you're gonna see layoffs. Because a lot of these these smaller companies, medium to small companies, they pretty much done ran through the cash burn of the money they're gonna run down. And if they're not keeping up, their credit lines are kind of drying up. So they're gonna have to start cutting employees. All that stuff is gonna start to happen. It's been going on too long.
This trucking company right here is still up and running with a full driver board, and they haven't let anybody go. If anybody's sitting at home, I haven't heard about it. What's going on? What's really going on is that the company is just kind of transitioning. They don't want any trailers going out unless they have a full load. So before they would send out like this light load and then another light load just to get people working. But now they will make sure those trailers are loaded.
Yeah, it's getting tight. That gas, they had to pay for that gas. That gas bill expensive.
And diesel is high. Diesel's already high. You talking about filling up a truck?
Yeah.
Going across the country. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I burn up 70 gallons every night. I burn 70 gallons every night, and I probably burn up another 15 gallons of that DEF. I burn another 15 gallons of DEF. So So, I mean, you start adding that up, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I remember when I filled up from empty, it was like $600 and something at a Love's. I don't know what it is now.
No, it's up there. I mean, I don't know what it is because the company take care of all that. But I mean, you do the math on 70 gallons a night. Who knows? It fluctuates what the prices are. I mean, so they gonna tighten all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's only proven point. They gonna tighten all that stuff down. Ain't nobody trying to pay them bills like that just for no reason.
And
so we'll see. That could be good. Oh yeah, I was able to get them. That's another thing. You can't really get a lot of it. Like we can't get no tractors. We got shortages. They've been renting tractors for they've been renting tractors since last year. They usually rent them at Christmas time. We still got them damn tractors. So they paying for them daily, plus they paying the miles. And the company's not eating that. So they done hiked up the little surcharge that they have on there when you ship packages. They just done bump it up a little bit. Ain't nobody eating them prices like that.
This company did good in the first quarter of last year that we got a bonus. And then this year we thought it was gonna do the same thing, but all this stuff right here happening. Guess what? I think we might still make it through the year and get another bonus because I haven't missed a beat. I've been out here hustling and bustling or whatever you want, y'all hear me? I was saying salute to everybody. I'm driving right now. You know what I mean? I'll be out here. I work half a day every day that I come to work. Like 600 and some miles a day.
But to answer your question, Pittsburgh, I think they're gonna start trying to cram all these fights in before can't nobody afford them.
Mm-hmm. Notice there's been a lot of fights. Just been back to back every week lately.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same way, DJ. I think the same way.
Yeah, I think between August and probably December, I think we're gonna get a lot of big fights, man. the rumor that I've been hearing is Devin Haney and Kambosos are supposed to run it back in December. So, that's another
Dang,
fight.
what's so long?
You got everybody. The fight everybody's waiting on, Spence Crawford. So you got that fight, then you got Canelo's fight in September. When is Jamel Charlo gonna fight Tim Tszyu? I mean, you got a whole bunch of big fights that's probably gonna be squeezed in, probably like the last quarter of the year. So I think they're gonna try to squeeze them all in.
So Jamel
in
gonna
November.
Fight, so check this out. Is Jamel gonna fight Tim Tszyu before he fights Fundora?
Yeah, because Tim Tszyu's been the mandatory for like 2 years now, so he wants his opportunity. He already stepped aside, I think, once or twice, so undisputed could happen. Because as soon as Castaño won the belt from Teixeira, he was the mandatory, and so he's been stepped over a couple times for that. So, I mean, and then you got Bakram, who's Jamel's IBF mandatory. He's had to step aside a couple times. So I think they're getting all that ironed out now, but I think they're going to let the WBO have their mandatory first. But he could possibly.
Let me ask you this question, DJ. Now, what do you think if they don't get the Spence Crawford fight ironed out, let's say the next couple months, and then what's the likelihood of them getting that fight done? If they don't do it within these next couple months, if things start to contract the way that I'm saying, like, what's the likelihood of them actually having that fight?
If they don't, you bringing up, but I think I know what you're asking. Like, if they don't get it done within this year, if it doesn't happen this year, I don't think it'll happen. Honestly, if they don't fight at the end of this year, I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, because they can't. They go ahead.
Because you got to think about it, right? You got other guys like. We'll see what Virgil looks like when he comes back, even though I think he should move up because the man almost died trying to make weight. But we got to see what he looks like coming back, but he's in position to challenge Crawford, right? And you got Boots in it. He's not just going to keep sitting on the sideline or taking fights just to take fights when he wants his title opportunity. That's why this time now is the perfect time for this fight to happen because neither guy has any other real fight to take. Besides fighting mandatories and fighting these young challengers coming up. So if it doesn't happen this year, I don't think those other guys are going to keep waiting. It's like, man, come on. We gave y'all like 6 months to make this fight happen, and y'all didn't make it happen. So Boots is going to say, I want my opportunity. Virgil, after he wins his next fight, because I think he's fighting McKinson again. I think he's scheduled to fight McKinson again since Avanesian when they able to make the fight. He's going to want his opportunity. So these guys, it all works out, man, as far as like, where the mandatories are lined up, where the challenges are lined up, and what else do they have in front of them? So, I mean, but to answer your question, if it don't happen this year, I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, I'm more in line for you. Yeah, I don't think so because they up there. I mean, Crawford up there in age too. Yeah. So the age that's because he take on another.
He's definitely at the end of his prime.
Yeah. So if he don't take this fight and then he take another fight, and now you talking like another year and a half for that fight. That fight don't look the same like it do right now.
Right.
And the thing is, they can't. They waited around until Canelo got that September date, so now they can't fight in the month of September. So that's got to be October, November, or probably December. They got to hope another big fight don't occur. But that, like I said, that is the biggest fight in boxing. But they can't compete with Canelo and Triple G though.
Oh, you don't think that? Okay, you think the Triple G and the Canelo fight? Yeah, that's a bigger fight. Yeah,
it's a bigger fight. No, I'm not saying it's a more competitive fight. It's a bigger fight.
Yeah, it's a bigger
names.
Money wise,
money wise.
Yeah. Money wise.
It's not a more competitive fight. Crawford and Spence is more competitive than Triple G and Canelo.
Yeah.
I think if they have it like near like a Canelo date, like I think it could catch more buzz though, the fight, to be honest.
But
now you gotta
I hear you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Piero.
No, I'm just saying I don't think it'll take away from the buzz. I don't think it'll add any any more paying customers. It's going to be on pay-per-view, but it could. I just it's just people would be buzzing. I mean that's usually in my head how I see it. Kind of like the bigger fight, you get like buzz for a smaller one.
But you got to think about the money though. The people that are paying to go see Triple G and Canelo, they're not going to turn around and just take a trip the month later to go see Crawford and Spence, those same people. I mean, I know it's a lot of celebrities there, but the stadium's not packed with celebrities and millionaires.
Oh, that's a good point. No, I didn't think of that. Yeah, that is a good point.
But you think that'd be a Texas fight, or would that be a Vegas fight?
Which one?
The Spence Crawford. What would it be more beneficial to have that venue?
I'm 95% sure it's going to be in Vegas.
Okay.
95% sure. But with Bud being in Dallas last week, that raised a lot of questions. It's like, why is he in Dallas? What other reason does he have to be in Dallas besides negotiating a fight? And why would he have to come to Dallas to do it? So I actually like that idea of him being there because it tells me, in my opinion, it tells me that both sides are gonna lock each other in a room, at a conference room, at a hotel or something. They're gonna work out some details for this fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones got involved. I forgot who brought that point up. I think it was I was on Mark Nash's channel. Somebody brought that up. I don't know who brought that up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones got involved. And it's like, hey guys, I'll waive the site fee. I just, but everything, if a pickle gets sold in his mind.
Yeah.
I
think you brought it up, DJ or Shelton.
Yeah, I
it'd
think
be better in
it was
Texas.
OG Shelton that brought that up, man. So,
But
yeah, it'd be better in Texas though. It'd be more beneficial for them to have it in Texas though.
It'd be cheaper for the fans to have it in Texas and Vegas. It'd be beneficial for the fans. It'd be cheaper for the fans to have it in Texas and Vegas.
They pack that place out, and it'd be cheaper. Yeah, they pack it out.
And unlike the Ugas fight, I think they'll actually open up the upper level for that fight.
Man, they don't give a fuck about the fans.
I agree.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones seen all that money. Jerry Jones will see all that money. He can pack that place out. Jerry Jones would be attracted to that because he can get his hands on all them people walking around his venue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the city of Vegas gonna make way more fucking money.
And I think we should dispel the common misconception that it's only kind of like an American fight. I think it actually sell worldwide pretty good because I was telling you that panel I was on earlier. They were psyched for the potential Crawford and Spence fight.
Which panel is that?
It's called TV Boxeo, but the panelists were mostly in Mexico. So they're into it too. So I think it'll sell well.
Okay, I mean, y'all speaking. It was like Spanish speakers and
yeah. Well, the host he knows how to speak English, but yeah, the panel was mostly like
okay. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was there was really that much interest around the world for the Crawford Spence. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until like one of the dudes was like, because we're talking about the Triple G and Canelo fight, and they're like, it's like honestly, I actually really want to watch if they make it the Terence Crawford or Errol Spence fight. So in my head, I was like, oh really? Okay. And it makes sense because Mexico, they boxing mad over there. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, this is without a doubt the biggest fight in boxing, man. But like I said, if it don't happen at the end of this year, it's not gonna happen. And personally, I mean, I'd still watch it. I'm not gonna say I don't want to see it, but I'd still watch it, but it won't have the same, relevance to me as it did, as it would have done if we'd had this fight this year or last year.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's already signed, bro. I think all this like talking between channels on panels and shit. I just think that's all like to drum up, interest for the not interest, but to sell the fight more. I think it's just all marketing, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they know a lot of stuff behind closed doors. They're not telling us. They're just letting people get their clickbait off. And I'm not talking about any YouTubers. I like all the YouTubers. I watch their channels, but a lot of these guys be putting clickbait up there, making you think they have inside information on this fight, and they keep posting like, "Yo, this is that." Well, it's a lot of stuff is just clickbait. We don't know, and they're not telling anybody.
Yeah, personally, I think they're just trying to work out a date. I think the money's been worked out. I think the date is the only thing that's really left to really discuss. And if you really go and look at the venues in Vegas, like they're limited. But I will say this, and I've said this before: Raiders Stadium, Allegiant Stadium, is open November 5th. UNLV does not have a game. There are no concerts. The Raiders are going to be out of town that Sunday. They're either on a bye week or they're going to be out of town on that Sunday. So, I mean, to me, that's a great date. I don't know. I don't understand what's taking so long, but like we say all the time, man, we're not in these rooms. We're not in these negotiations, so we really don't know. But I think November 5th is the perfect date.
So how much bigger is the MGM Grand than that Raiders Stadium?
It's not.
Yeah, it's smaller.
It's not. MGM Grand probably holds what, 15 to 18,000, something like that.
Yes, sir.
And Raiders Stadium is easily 60, 70,000.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's
Okay,
a
all right.
football stadium, bro.
Yeah, football. Okay, I didn't know that, but
It's
still,
like
I
60,
don't know why I thought it was
70,000,
bigger.
like that, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
all
more
right.
than that. That's why I say if Devin Haney and Tank ever fight, they need to have it in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
How much does that one hold?
75,000.
Oh man, and it would generate money. You know what I'm saying? Just for the fact that everybody knows Tank with his affiliation from Mayweather, and like I said, Haney, he's an undefeated champ. Because even when the casual fans don't know a fighter, if they look at their record and see, oh, nobody's ever beat this guy, they'll draw them to the fight.
Right.
Yeah. And like casuals know Devin, like the big fighters, the casuals know, at least like my friends that watch boxing, but they don't really like watch it or be into it. Like Ryan and Tank are like the biggest selling men. You know, they're like they got a lot of buzz with the casuals.
Right.
And that's what
even
makes
with Shakur's building his name up now. More and more people are starting to know who Shakur is. So,
you know, I'm at the challenge you on that one, DJ. Like literally, when I went to go watch the Shakur Valdez fight in Vegas, I got there I got there a little later. Well, my homie got there on Thursday, and he did like a little live, and he went up to some chicks. They didn't even know who Shakur was, and it was funny. They didn't know. They knew who Canelo was, but the fighter was like, well, my buddy's like, what other fighter do you know? He's like, oh, we know Tony Harrison. And I'm like, oh, really? And when I was watching the video, I was like, oh shit.
Well, I didn't know Tony Harrison, but I don't know Shakur Stevenson.
Hey man, they're Tony Harrison fans. I don't know. Like I just thought I was curious. And then I mean, like literally, I don't think I've ever seen a women's boxing match outview and outsell like a fucking unification, a men's unification bout, and that's what happened. So I don't know, DJ, if his name is that big.
Yeah, that was that I know what fight you talking about. That was that Jake Paul stimulus package though.
What do you mean?
The Serrano and Katie Taylor.
But still, man. I mean, I've never seen that before.
That Jake Paul stimulus package.
I feel you, but I mean, it's still underwhelming. I mean, it didn't even sell out though. The Valdez and Shakur DJ. Yeah. There was a lot of people there. Don't get me wrong, but there was pockets where it wasn't as bad as the undisputed for Jermell and Castano, because to me that was a disgrace. But I mean, you know, it still didn't sell out.
Do you think that was because people, by and large, you know, for the most part, don't like the Charlos?
I think the people like the Charlos a lot. It's just like it's the fandom that we have in right here in our country, the United States. It's real divided. It always has been. You know, I mean, in my opinion.
But the Charlos aren't like they don't have they kind of disconnected from what should be their base though. If you look at some of the comments and some of the things they've done, they kind of disconnected themselves from what should be their base.
Like by doing like the guy when he didn't have his ID and stuff like that, or his credit card, that was Jamal, stuff like that.
Say it again.
I was saying like when they got in trouble with the law and stuff, and like when they slapped the fans' phone, stuff like that. You're talking about?
No, well, like when he's attacking like the online people like Blue Bloods, and he's talking about Deontay Wilder and saying that, you know, he quit. Like when he makes certain comments about people that they're drawing from the same base, and he's attacking other fighters that they both have the same base. Now, you know, some people are real rabid about Deontay Wilder and certain people. They attack certain people that they should be drawing for them. So they're making a disconnect when they do stuff like that. Like, I mean, that's one.
You make good points.
Yeah, that's what they didn't understand, and that's something that Chris Colbert didn't understand either. Like, you're allowed to have your opinion. Like, if you think this person's gonna lose, fine, whatever. That's your opinion.
Right.
But when you go into other reasons, and you know, it seems like you have an axe to grind. Like, I didn't even mind that Jamel said the things he said about Deontay Wilder, because I feel like he had Deontay Wilder and Tony Harrison are cool, and Wilder picked Tony Harrison over Jamel Charlo, so he's not letting that go, and I have no problem with that. So anything he says, but at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna take your opinion with a grain of salt because I know you have something against this dude. You know what I mean?
DJ, well, remember DJ Floyd, no matter who he fought, he would always give the other fighter credit. He would never discredit him.
He was one
Never.
of the best snake oil salesmen in the game.
Right. No matter
He
how
would
much
always
trash
make
he
you
thought they
think the
was,
other
he would
guy had a
never
spare.
trash them. Yep, he would never trash them. Never trash his fan base. He made a stink to do that. And these guys, they don't understand the business side of that, where they're cutting their own hand off with doing foolishness like that. Because you're gonna leave a bad taste with certain people, where they won't even remember why they don't even fuck with you, and it'll be years later. They just know they don't mess with you.
Yeah, and like you were saying earlier, they didn't realize that they share a same fan base.
Yes.
Like we all root for the same guys. If you're an Errol Spence fan, by and large, you're probably a Charlo fan. You know what I mean? Because it's the same fans, the same guys that are coming to a Spence fight are the same guys that are coming to a Charlo fight. And when you get to people, I mean, Blue Blood gives everybody their credit, right?
Right.
No matter what, he reads off everybody's stats. This guy's a former champion. This guy was undefeated champion. This guy was a 5-division champion. So he always gives everybody their credit. So when you go after him for seemingly no reason, people start to look, hey man, like what's up with you? Like, you good?
Yeah,
that makes sense to me. But then what's the issue with Earl and Bud? Why don't they like drum up the same like fandom like say Deontay does?
Well, Bud. Remember, Bud is Bud has a different personality. To me, in my opinion, Bud has a different personality than Earl. And then Earl also was from Texas, so that Texas fandom is completely different. Those folks from Texas, that's just like football and all their sports over there. Those people are rabid about their sports over there. That whole Texas stuff is pretty serious. A lot of people connected to Texas.
I got you. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Because I don't think I've ever heard them like badmouth Deontay. That's what I'm saying. But then they don't sell a lot, which is weird. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, but that goes to how they talk to fans. Like, the biggest difference between Errol and probably they're approachable. Like Errol is approachable. They feel like fans, no matter what, they want to feel like they can come up and talk to you. Not even necessarily talk to you crazy, but just feel like they can come up and talk to you, shake your hand. Hey man, I'm a big fan. And when it comes to the Charlos, right, it just seems like whenever they see a fan, it's more so like you might get, all right, yeah, appreciate it, yeah, cool, or it could be a get the fuck out my face. It could be one of the things. So
I think
someone touched them. I think someone touched them twins when they were kids, and they got to overcompensate and try to be overly masculine.
Come on,
man. No, man.
Stop that,
one of them babysitters was like, and then now they just extra.
And it's just they just may not be nice people. I don't know. I've never met them. They just might not be nice people.
Yeah.
Well, they did do the thing on Steve Harvey. They did do the thing for the kids on the Steve Harvey show. Remember they did the charity thing.
But I mean, that on Charlie Manson was doing stuff for kids. What that mean?
No, boy.
Damn.
Man, you remember Charles Manson? Oh, man.
I'm just saying, that don't change your personality. Everybody do good shit every now and then.
Boy. You know what?
I'm just saying.
I'm a Jamel. I like Jamel Charlo, but I'm not a Jamal Charlo fan. Jamal Charlo don't want to fight nobody. So I like Jamel, but I'm not a Jamal Charlo fan.
But they kind of like a package deal. They package deal. If like most people not going to know the difference. So one of them talking crazy and reckless, they package together.
They know the difference now. One's undisputed and one still ain't fought nobody.
Yeah, Jamel's undisputed.
Clear separation now.
I don't know why, but I love their energy. I always have ever since I first saw them. I don't know why. I like them a lot, both Charlos.
Yeah.
I ain't got a problem with the trash talk, man.
I like when it comes to fighting. You just got
to fight somebody. That's my whole thing.
You can't deny what they've done in that ring. I mean, as far as Jamel is concerned, you can't deny what he's done in that ring. You can't help but respect it. But
that's how I feel about Canelo too.
If see, this is my thing, right? If you're gonna be the villain, be the villain. Go full regalian. If you're gonna be the villain, be the villain. But you can't be the villain and then expect people to like you. Just be yourself. That's how I feel about trash talking. Just be yourself. If you're not a trash talker, you're not a trash talker.
They're twins and they barely even like each other. How's anyone else gonna like them? What the fuck?
Right. Oh man, when they go at it, man, it's on some Cain and Abel type stuff, right?
See, I always thought that was fake. And is that real when they go at each other? I thought it
No,
was
because
fake.
I don't think it's
Oh,
fake
that's
because
real.
they've done
Yeah,
it too
that's
many
too
times.
The
deep.
shit they said about each other, that
Yeah,
shit
that's
ain't
too
fake.
Bro,
deep.
nah, fuck your wife and all that type of shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
brother or not, dog, I'm coming knocking on your door.
I didn't know it was for real though. I didn't know.
Yeah, man. They've talked about each other's wives, each other's kids, all type of shit, man. So it's just
their fucking deals, their fucking contracts.
Yeah,
fucking
my brother
fight
Canelo.
I would never do Canelo.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's wasn't it Jamel? Didn't Jamel out?
That was Jermel. Yeah, that was Jermel.
Yeah, Jamel. He was like, yeah, my brother ducked Canelo. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second, sir.
Brother, the only thing I don't understand about that situation is if Charlo is the mandatory and he didn't accept the offer, it should have went to purse bid. So if it didn't, then I don't know, because that's just how it goes.
But that's the thing, though. Like
you're mandatory, you don't take it, it goes purse bid.
But the thing is that the WBC never called it.
Yeah, they actually never mandated.
They never ordered it.
We just knew that since Jamel was the interim champion, he was probably going to be next in line.
Yeah.
So, and then Canelo did something. He went another direction.
Oh, he was never officially the mandatory.
No, they never.
Okay.
The WBC never mandated that fight, but
Jamel
by and large was
that
number one contender.
Yeah. People put it like they do, Yeah. But that's when the franchise came out and he fought. I think he fought Kovalev, or no, I think it was Rocky Fielding that he fought, and then they elevated Maul.
Yeah.
Trash. Fuck the WBC, man. As a staff record label and as a crew.
Nah, they do a lot of fuck shit, bro.
They're all pretty bad. All of them pretty bad, man.
I say fuck them
That's
all.
true.
They all done some fuck shit. Hell, even the IBF. The IBF got raided by the feds about 15, 20 years ago. So they've all done some shit now.
And you guys know that the WBC like literally ceased to exist at one moment in like 2002. They got sued for a mandatory, actually, by some European dude, and they went bankrupt.
Well, was that the one about the Roy Jones fight or Francini? Was it name Francini something?
It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, involving Roy Jones or something. I think I remember that.
Yeah, they like literally they went bankrupt. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got a loan.
But what's up with that MTK dude, the Irish guy, the mob guy? That everybody trying to distance themselves from.
Is he still on the run?
No, I think they put it a wanted thing out, like from the feds from the United States, which I don't think he was ever coming here. That was just a stance that the United States was just making. I don't think he was going to ever come here in his life again once he figured out what was going on. But I mean, just the idea that he was all them cats, the big dudes, they was all seen with him for years. A lot of business, not just the fighters. WBC, all them cats, Showtime, the promoters, Aram, all of them were pretty much had links with him. So I don't even know how you disconnect it. At first, they were just trying to say it like it was just the fighters' faults, but it went way past and beyond his links. His stretch went way past the fighters themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, shit. He's banned he's wanted in America. I think he's banned in the UK. That's why he hadn't left. Saudi Arabia or Dubai? He hadn't left there in a while.
Dubai. I think it's Dubai. Yeah, I think it's Dubai. I don't know if they got him, but he was in Dubai. I don't know if they got. I don't think Dubai. I think Dubai is like the Wild Wild West. They ain't got no extradition or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
You got money, you can go over there.
That's what chilling in Russia.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on, yeah.
So, but with that, right, and you hear, like I say all the time, man. When I was talking to Elder about the Spence and Bud fight, like, hey, man, what you hearing as far as like the holdup? And Showtime, from my understanding, Showtime wants to make sure Daniel Canahan has no fingerprints on this fight whatsoever. Even though I don't think he and Bud ever really signed an official agreement, he was Bud's advisor. But I think that's one of the big holdups right now. They want to make sure that Bud's still not dealing with him Or that's the rule anyway. So, we'll see with that. But I don't understand how Josh Taylor is getting the fight then, if that's the case. Because Josh Taylor was also MTK Global.
But they was trying to burn Fury behind that too, because Fury was known for like bigging him up, because that was who was riding with him when he first came back after him having that long layoff with that Wilder fight. So Fury used to, privately defend the guy. He brought him back. So he kind of got ousted for that. So it's weird how that works, where certain people, they want to kind of kick them to the curb for whatever reason. The other people, they're not challenging their relationships that go further back than any relationship any fighter could have, because you're talking a lot of years. That dude been around for his family been around and stuff for a minute. That whole name been dirty for a minute. They ain't just get dirty. They just, kicking up the dirt right now.
Yeah. And didn't they just deny Tyson Fury his visa to come to the U.S.?
Say it again? Oh, yeah, they did. They denied him. But that was after. Go ahead. No, that was after.
I just bring that up because Robert Garcia was MTK as well, and he just flew to the UK. So that was kind of weird,
But Tyson Fury never. But when the accusations first hit, Tyson Fury, he basically beat his chest and said, "That's my boy," and nobody else was really doing that. They was all kind of backpedaling or just not saying anything.
Ain't doing that now.
Yeah, so they did not say anything. But Tyson Fury was on Front Street that. That's my dude. That's my guy. So now that's to me, that's what did it to him.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that the difference is it's PBC and Al Heyman saying, "Hey, we're not gonna do this deal if this guy's involved." We're with Josh Taylor, it's top rank, and Bob probably don't give a fuck. You're fuck it.
No, but the Showtime dude said that though. That wasn't even PBC. That was Showtime. The DJ was saying Showtime. Showtime itself. Yeah, Showtime Network was saying that. Yeah, so it's not even another promoter.
Doesn't fight on Showtime?
No, but I'm just saying. What I'm saying is networks are saying it. Networks themselves are saying it. So it got bigger than a promoter. So there's no promoter that can tell a network what to do that I know of like that. You got networks that's saying they ain't working with. Everybody trying to get themselves as far disconnected away from that as they can.
I mean, you look at Regis. Regis can't get a fight right now.
Yeah.
Regis Prograis is on ice right now. So man, it's a man. A lot of people are affected. If anything, Bob is trying his best to get distance between him and Daniel Canahan.
He is.
So
everybody just need to go over to Jake Paul, man.
You love Jake Paul, bro.
You gotta find a way to squeeze Jake Paul in here.
As a promoter. I'm talking about
he find a way to squeeze Jake Paul in every conversation.
As a promoter, he gonna get you paid. He gonna get you paid.
You go get you paid, Max.
I love the Disney Channel as a kid or something. I don't know.
As a promoter.
Facts. Max used to watch them guys eat Legos on YouTube and shit.
Man, I just say the way I look at it is like boxing. Boxing is like a boys' club. It's so deeply ingrained. It's a fraternity. So I always root for the outsider, the underdog. The same way I was rooting for Trump. For this motherfucker to come out of nowhere and just kick the doors down and do his thing, get his money, and ain't nobody stopping this shit. That shit's admirable to me.
Hey, but Trump wasn't no underdog, man. That ain't.
He was never a politician, though.
Fuck Trump.
He wasn't no underdog.
Never a politician. Well,
he ain't no underdog, dog. Stop it,
man. He was never a mayor. Never a governor. Never a nothing.
That don't make him.
Never nothing.
He was a wealthy white guy. He was a wealthy white guy. That'd have been he come underdog.
The only difference between Trump and the rest of the politicians, right? He could fund his own campaign.
Exactly.
He did.
He didn't have to be influenced by lobbyists.
And he did. And he took a pay cut to be the president.
Joke.
No, he didn't take no pay cut. That's not true, man. His family made plenty of money. Once he became president, he never divested his interests that he had. Most of those, pretty much every president prior to Trump put their assets in a blind trust, not knowing what it is, and somebody else managed it. Trump never did that. So he made plenty of fucking money. That's all bullshit. Don't believe that.
And I think he was the first president to take a salary.
The little check they gave him to be, the salary he got as president.
But if I got my assets and I know that I'm controlling the global markets, and I know wheat, corn, and oil gonna go up at this date on this time, you better believe I'm moving some shit over there. So he ain't take no pay cut.
Then he probably did that shit when Biden got in office too. Then because all that shit went all the way the fuck up.
No, but he had all the control though when he was president. Is what I'm saying.
Well, Biden got the control now. If you invest in it, you're gonna make even more.
Yeah, but that don't. But you saying
that like 70-80%. Everything, meat, wheat, copper, metal, everything in this country has gone up this whole past year and a half.
Yeah, and it's gonna keep going up. That's a bigger mess. That's a bigger conversation.
Yeah, so you're just a smart business. You're just a smart businessman if you fucking put your money there.
Nah.
How many times did he go bankrupt, Mr. Smart Businessman?
Yeah, that ain't.
You understand he still got active lawsuits because he founded a college that wasn't worth a damn, right, and made people pay for it.
You talking about Dr. Umar?
Trump University. Hey, well, see, Trump had an actual university, unlike Umar. He actually gave out degrees. He had real people there. Trump Dr. Umar. They weren't working there. They weren't working shit.
The classes weren't even accredited. That's why he's
I'm saying that the school wasn't worth a shit, but he actually had people
he actually
there.
Opened the school.
Yeah, people there.
Been opening that school for 10 years now.
Man, that dude ain't opening. He got them abandoned buildings. He ain't opening those schools.
Umar just, I knew Umar was full of it when he said it's not even about donation. He accepting gift cards. How you gonna open a school with gift cards? I knew that dude was full of it, man.
He turned him into those machines, the gift cards for cash machines.
Man, that dude wanted volunteer teachers. He wanted teachers to come to the school for volunteer. Like, come on. He hasn't even, to my knowledge, he ain't laid out no curriculum. He ain't hired no principal. He ain't got no staff. Like, none of the things. He would have to submit his curriculum to the state and get approved. Even if he opened the damn school and you sent your kid there, there's no way that the state is going to say that your kid going there for a year, they're going to take those fucking grades. You can't do shit with that guy and his foolishness. Bunch of damn foolishness. He's still rocking with it. He's still getting donations, though.
He's still getting them. People are still sending them. That's the funniest part. It's like, who the fuck is still sending them money by now? I get it. I get it.
Born every minute, man.
You know, but god damn.
Straight snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Jay Morrison. I mean, black community be propping these. Jay Morrison, another one, the financial dude who gonna save your life with, was it $50 shares of some stock that you can't sell and locked up for 2 years, and you can sell it in 2 years, and then the 2 years up, no, you can't sell it now. And then when the real estate market was booming, he found a way to lose money in real estate. When everybody else was making money, he figured out a way to lose some goddamn money. I just
that's a skill set.
Dudes is on it, man. It's different. Shit. Hey, but Jake,
I'll get my
open up a promotional company. That would be a good avenue for Jake Paul to get into. Would be another promotional company. I think that'd be viable for him to do.
You said another one?
No, for boxing. Like if he was actually open up we got a PBC. Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, like with some real fighters. Yeah, I think that'd be a good avenue for fighters to go to.
He has MVP Promotions. He has Serrano signed. He has Montana Love signed.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Max. So is it true that Serrano turned down the rematch with Katie Taylor?
That's the word on the street.
Anything about that?
No, I haven't heard about that, man.
I didn't see the clip when she said that, but I heard it. Word of mouth.
Dang. I'm kind of disappointed she turned.
She turned down the rematch, but I heard Eddie Hearn talking about, we're gonna do it in Dublin this time. Wait a minute. Why we can't just run it back in New York?
She couldn't win New York, and I don't think that it was a robbery because I think Serrano gave away too many rounds, just chasing.
The second half.
Yeah, but if she can't win in America when she almost had it out on her feet, she's definitely not gonna win in Dublin. But I don't think it was a robbery.
Yeah, I don't think she got robbed. Anytime a fight's that close, I don't think it's a robbery. It could have went either way. Personally, I scored it a draw.
Yeah.
I definitely think Serrano gave away a lot of rounds, man. It was a couple times, but they hurt each other though.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Serrano was ever really hurt.
Oh no, she definitely got buzzed. She wasn't hurt, but she definitely got buzzed.
But Katie was almost out on her feet in the 5th round, man. It was over. If it was a 3-minute round, she would have stopped. She would have stopped it. That 2-minute round saved it, man.
I was watching in between rounds when I was at the Shakur fight and shit, and I was watching the 5th round. I thought that she was gonna get stopped, and then when I fucking went back, they were still fighting.
Yeah, that's all I was talking about. The 5th round, man, it was over, man. That fight was over.
Beating the shit out of her pillar post, man. She was.
That could have been a 10-8 round. Seriously.
Yep.
They don't want to fight in Dublin.
But I like Katie Taylor. A lot of people don't. I thought she got a gift against Pursoon. That was a gift the first time. I thought that was a major robbery.
I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about.
I thought Katie Taylor, she fought this chick.
No, I know Katie
Delphine.
Taylor. I know Katie Taylor. I was talking about
Delphine Pursoon. She fought her a couple years ago, and she got beat up pretty bad, and she won a decision. And that was a robbery. That was a robbery. I mean, she Pursoon beat her worse than Serrano did. I mean, she didn't have her out on her feet, but like from round to round, she won more rounds. Clearly.
Hey, watching women's fighting majority of the time is a robbery in my life.
Oh, come on, man. You look at midget boxing mix. Come on.
That's more exciting than winning. That's more exciting than watching 2 chicks fight.
You watch midget boxing mix. Come on now.
That shit's tight. Have you watched it?
No.
You don't know then.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I would watch it. But come on, man. You watch midget boxing though.
Hey, next time I watch it, I'll make sure I go live on my IG and I'll share it with you, bro.
Hey, I don't have a problem with it. I would watch midget boxing. I'll watch it.
Hey, that's fucked up. All inclusive, all positive.
No. I would definitely watch
all
midget
this. So
boxing.
you got something against midgets? Say it now.
No, I don't.
Little people. Midget is not the correct term, sir. Little people.
Vertically challenged people.
Well, I would watch it. I definitely would watch it, man. I watch Tough Man Contest, so I'll watch little people boxing.
Oh my god.
I've seen like 10 minutes of midget porn one time, but that's it.
So I'll watch that too. I definitely watch that.
I'll watch that too. He was on that one.
Cinto will cover you now.
Hold on, I heard my name. Yeah, but also, that rough and rowdy shit is good though. It's like 25 fights and they move so fast. You get 25 fights like $20.
Okay.
Like you can't beat that, man.
I would look at that. I really would look at it, man. I don't have a problem with it.
I'm not saying that I've ever paid the $20 for it, but I borrowed that shit. But you know what I'm saying. But still.
Hey Max, you paid for your boy fight, man.
Who?
Jake Paul. You pay for his fights when they come out?
No. I pay for that shit.
Man, you ain't no real Jake Paul fan, man.
Come on, Max. You gotta pay for that Jake Paul fight, man. Do that. Get that man his money.
Yeah, as good as he is, he the best. Pay for his fights, Max, man.
I ain't paid for. I'm trying to think of the last fight I paid
Bill
for.
ain't paying for no fights, man. Shout out to Taylor.
What's the last fight I paid for? Fuck. God damn, I don't even know the last fight I paid for. Shit.
Come on, man. I know it.
It's probably UFC. I think it was Diaz. I think it was when Nick Diaz came back, and that was only to put money in his pocket. That's the last time I bought it. Oh, boxing? No, I don't remember last boxing.
If it's a fight I really want to see, I'd be scared that the link gonna die out or something like that. So I'll buy that if it's something I really want to see. I'd be scared of those cutting these links. They be cutting these links on fight night, man. And I don't want to have no buffering and none of that stuff.
You know what's crazy? My homie has ESPN Plus. That shit's buffered by itself. Bought it. It's buff. It's buff. I think it was was it a Conor fight? It was one of the UFC fights, and that shit was fucked up. It was buffering all on ESPN Plus.
Well, ESPN Plus does buffer sometimes. I got ESPN Plus through Hulu, so it buffers a little bit.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't paying for nothing that's gonna buffer. I'm trying to think of the last actual boxing event I paid for. Probably fucking Mayweather McGregor or some shit.
You paid for that?
I didn't pay for. I did. Hell yeah, I paid. Mayweather, my guy, man, my goat. I paid for all.
No, I know that's my goat too, but like literally, like fucking, but Mayweather McGregor, bro. I mean, everybody knew it was.
It was a big party, man. I won so much money on.
Well, there's some people that was in denial. They actually thought McGregor.
I was in a house full of white boys.
I know, right?
Yeah, man. I'm about to say a lot of people thought McGregor had a chance.
Yeah, a lot of people did, bro.
No.
Yeah, that was nuts to me.
Yeah, Hey, all the money that I lost on Jose Aldo McGregor to the same people, I got all my money back on Mayweather McGregor.
I'm not speaking of Jose Aldo versus McGregor. You know how
Hey,
pissed
I don't.
off I
Hey,
was, man.
I try not to, man. I forget that shit ever happened.
I mean, people really must hate you when they think a fucking MMA fighter could beat your ass.
Yeah. Man, they thought Ronda Rousey could beat the motherfucker at a certain point in time.
Man,
you know what I mean? People just hated Mayweather. Like, man.
A lot of
and
people
that's
drink
really
the Kool-Aid. A lot of people drink that Rousey Kool-Aid, man.
They drink it up. I knew Rousey wasn't as good as she was advertised. But yo, what do you think would have happened if Rousey would have fought Valentina Shevchenko when Rousey was at the top?
Head movement.
Head kick.
Head movement. Head movement.
Hey, but when you think about it, though, that's one of the smartest tactics because if you're saying that a woman can beat Mayweather can't really even talk shit and dispute that because, you know, especially with his background, he got that little charge on him. So, you know, he can't be like, I'll beat that bitch's ass. You know, what are you supposed to say? You got to just laugh it off. That's silly. You know, like,
I mean, the clout chasing is strong in the UFC, bro. Fuck.
The thing about Mayweather never said anything about it. All he said is he didn't know who she was. He's like, I don't even know who he is. When it was asking about Ronda Rousey, he's like, I don't know who I don't know who he is. He had never heard of her.
But I mean, that's smart too. I mean, everyone knows the Mayweather rub is what gets you. I mean, think of like if you look at like the kind of the spider web of Mayweather, who's got his rub? Canelo got it, Spence got it, McGregor got it, Ronda got it by not even fighting them. There's a lot of people like if you just get connected to Mayweather in some kind of way, you're gonna get some kind of rub, and you're off to the races. I mean, think about it. The whole reason we know about Earl Spence because of a sparring, and it's like, who's this guy? Let's pay attention. Like,
I mean, I saw him in the amateurs myself, but yeah, I remember that the Floyd thing.
Yeah, I knew who Errol Spence was, but like I said, you're right. That sparring really did put him on the map for a lot of other
it's like,
people.
who gave Mayweather a black eye? Like, what?
That's
like,
true.
Who's this guy gave Mayweather a black eye? No way. Let's check it out. And you see him fighting, you're like, ooh, this motherfucker's nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it is what it is. That's why it's like that Canelo loss. It's like it don't even matter. It's like propelled his career. I mean, the loss that Canelo took. It's like okay, cool. You lost against Mayweather. You could say you were young or whatever, and then like the rest, you just kept winning after that. So it's kind of just propelled you to where you got to go.
Yeah. Boxing in a nutshell, bro. I mean, you take the loss and you learn from it, or fuck it, you just let it eat you up.
Yeah,
I knew Canelo was gonna lose that fight too.
Oh, me too.
I made a lot of money on that fight.
You picked Canelo?
I picked Floyd, but I mean, like most people, like bought into the because they all. That's how he sold himself. Like, oh, is this the guy gonna beat him? And then Canelo had a big, obviously a big fan base. So like literally people bought into the hype. But I mean, I fucking like it's kind of easy to see that it's not like that he wasn't like worthy to fight him. It's just like Floyd at that point was at a different level. Yeah, I mean, it's easy, the easy money, man, just availability of people.
That was free money right there.
Somebody pause you. Somebody pause you in the back. All right.
Yeah, I got a lot of money on the Mayweather Pacquiao, a lot of money on Mayweather Canelo. What other ones did people bet a lot on? Obviously Oscar. That was big time right there.
Now I would have lost money if you would have bet me on Judah and Mosley. I actually picked Judah and Mosley to beat Mayweather, and I look like a genius.
I think. Let me see. I think that was the last fight I paid for at my house with Mayweather, and I felt like I got took, man.
but Judah had it. The first 4 rounds. Judah was beaten. Judah was winning the fight the first 4 rounds. Like, he had it, and then after that, Floyd just took over. After the 4th round, it was over.
Yeah, he was touching Floyd a lot to the body, and Floyd didn't like that shit, man.
And he knocked him down. Richard still missed.
He did knock him down,
yeah.
But
Lomachenko and Salido, I made a lot of money on that one too.
Oh yeah, man. People try to they try not to talk about that Salido Lomachenko fight. It's like it's his second fight, but like no, he took the fight. Like you can't say like he took the fight. And
Salido back in that one too. He came back.
Yeah, he gave it, and Salido was touching him to the body, hitting him low, but he fought him dirty. It's like you fight a boxer and you box a fighter.
Yeah. It's just the thing was like Salido, like it's like the worst opponent to give any dude, no matter if he has 8,000 fucking amateur wins. Salido's like the worst opponent to give it in your second professional fight, bro.
Exactly.
So I fucking knew Salido was gonna win that fight.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know. I thought Lomachenko was gonna go box and get a decision, so I was shocked. I was shocked over that one.
Yeah, man. If you would know his story and kind of the way he fights, he's like, you know, like he's just a real rugged dude. He'll do what it takes. He's not very even though he fouled a lot in that fight, he was never a big fouler, you know. But like this kid got abandoned by his parents at like 12. He had to raise himself and shit. Like that fucking Salido had a hard life, man, when he was growing up.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Well,
You know
that
what I'm saying?
toughens you, you know.
So I was happy for the win, man, but yeah, but I was shocked over that. I was definitely shocked.
Yeah, I only bet on Mayweather fights. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
That's a safe bet, man. That's an easy bet.
It is. And then I live in an area with a lot of Mexicans, and I used to work in a factory with a lot of Filipinos. So it's like they just all hated Mayweather, and so like all my friends, and then when it came to the Conor shit, like I have a lot of white boys that just watch more UFC than boxing. Like they're like, oh no, UFC. They're kind of MMA. So when that happened, I was like, yo, I'm taking all that, bro. Like, and then the way that the Conor fight happened, when Floyd was giving them the rounds and just letting them kind of do his thing, and they're like, yeah, I fucking told you, look at that. And then the uppercut, when he landed the uppercut, they're like, oh, it's coming the knockout. I was like, watch this. I knew Floyd was just letting him, you know, tire himself out real quick, get it off, and then boop, bop, boop, beep, bop, boop, boop. Right. I had people not want to pay me.
It was clear because Floyd was walking him down. When the last time Floyd walked anybody down, man?
And not only that, Floyd agreed to smaller gloves. He agreed to smaller gloves.
Shit. Yeah, he did. But when McGregor was like training with, you know, Paulie and training like trying to train with like slick boxers and shit, I said, what's he gonna do when Floyd just walks to him, and like what if he just Mike Tyson's him, just walks to him, just peekaboo, and just beat the shit out of him? I was like, Floyd does the shoulder roll shit because he fights a lot of bigger fighters and a lot of heavy hitters. I was like, but that's not Conor. So I was like, what's Conor gonna do when he's fighting off the back foot? And Floyd's walking him down. And when that shit happened, I was like, I fucking told you. I'm yelling at everyone. I fucking told you.
And Conor doesn't have the best stamina anyway. And we're talking we're talking a boxing match. He doesn't have the best stamina in UFC, and boxing is totally different because he's never fought boxing before. Like, he never boxed, so it's a different kind of stamina in each sport. So I like, man, I knew you wouldn't pace yourself.
And for those couple rounds that he did, that Floyd did give away to Conor, the couple punches he did land were body punches.
It was
like,
a rope-a-dope.
You knew it was coming. Yeah,
it was a rope-a-dope, man. That's what it was.
I had people not want to pay me because that fight just stopped early. I was like, bro, we all know what the ending was gonna be. Like, chill.
You knew.
It's inevitable. But I mean, I honestly think. This might just be my bias, but I think Floyd can still give a lot of the dudes a run for their money right now. Like, they might break him down, maybe just by him just being older and them hitting him. But as far as the skill set and the reaction time, the traps, and his IQ, I wouldn't be surprised if he can get through a 12-round decision over some of these guys.
Yeah, that's your bias.
Still right now. Still right now, man.
Max, who at 147 in the top 10 can Floyd beat?
Probably majority of them, except for the top two.
No, Max, no. I can't see him beating. I can't see him beating Boots.
Division.
I can't see him beating Boots right now, man.
Bro, who the fuck is Boots beat to make you think he can beat the GOAT, bro?
Maybe.
Who the fuck is Boots beat to make you think he can beat the GOAT, bro?
Not now, Max. Not Mayweather's 45.
He hasn't fought in like really fought in like what 10 years, man. Come on,
man. George Foreman can come back to the Floyd, man.
That's a heavyweight.
That's true. That's a good point, though. That's a good point. I'll give you that one.
Heavyweight.
The hand speed is so much different, man.
I know Floyd's faster. Hey, George Foreman came back pregnant, man.
Jake's be going so good, man.
Yo,
Hey,
man.
Triple G, 40 years old. Bernard Hopkins is fucking 50-something, man. Like, come on.
Oh man, but we talking welterweights, man. The hand speed we talking about. The hand speed is different than the higher weight classes.
Imagine Fundura and Floyd. I think Fundura will whoop his ass.
Yeah, Vidura beat him up bad right now.
That'll look like Logan Paul and Floyd, man.
No, man, Vidura
That
beat him up
motherfucker got
bad
a
right
4
now,
foot
man.
torso.
Come on.
That motherfucker got a 4 foot torso, bro. They gonna eat them rib cage.
Floyd is 45, man. He's 45
Yeah.
years old.
I don't mean nothing. That's 45 years of experience.
Dude, there's never been a successful 40-year-old welterweight ever. Well, Pacquiao, other than that, but that was because Keith Thurman's trash. That's why he beat him. I knew that. I actually picked Pacquiao to win that, but what happened in the fight after that? It was like a blessing in disguise that Spence got that torn retina, because I can imagine if Ugas did that to Pacquiao, what Spence would have done.
He ain't trash though, man.
Yeah,
Well, he's not
No, he's
trash,
not.
trash. He just,
but I just don't like
spend
him.
too much time.
Hey,
on
like
the
I said a million
Yeah,
times.
he was injured
whatever
too.
Credit,
I mean,
whatever credit you want to give Spence, you got to give to Keith because he beat him first when they were undefeated.
I give him that. He did beat Garcia and he did beat Porter first. I give him that credit, but I just don't like the fact that Keith Thurman was taking all these years off after each win. You know what I'm saying? And then just holding on to these
He had
belts.
surgeries.
Man, come on, man.
yeah, I didn't like it
It's not
either,
like
but he
it's
did
not
have
like he faked
surgery.
the
Yeah.
injury.
He had surgery,
didn't
but
Manny
man.
Pacquiao the shit. He didn't Manny Pacquiao the shit, bro. He actually went and got surgery. Like, I gotta give it to dudes. Like, the same thing with Lomachenko when he says the Teofimo shit. I doubted it at first, but he actually went and got shoulder surgery and did look better and came back. So I was like,
He got it,
maybe it was that.
I guess that Spence stuff just left a sour taste in my mouth with Spence and Thurman. It's always left a sour taste. And I'm not a big Spence fan, but I just never liked Keith Thurman for what he did in that right there. That was my only beef with him.
I hear you. That was frustrating.
And that's why I'm not mad at Spence not wanting to get Thurman a shot ever since he got the belt.
Yeah, he should fight. He should fight him.
Yeah.
I don't give him no title shot. No.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that, but
Stop the hate.
I don't know, man. This weekend though, I mean, we got some shit lined up this weekend. It's not really big major events, but there's enough action this weekend to hold it down. Friday and Saturday.
That boxing card on Saturday, man. That's all my attention gonna be right there though.
I'm watching that bare knuckle on Friday, and I'm watching that boxing on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Bellator on Saturday. I mean on Friday.
Friday, yeah.
And then I'll check out that DAZN card. DAZN actually has a decent card that I want to see. I like how they stack that card, man.
That's what more people should do. That, man. More people should stack these cards, man. I'm tired of those Golden Boy type cards when it's a whole roster of trash leading up to the main event.
This is like a stack card to the purists, to people that follow the sport. Casuals,
the purists, yeah.
And casuals are like, who is any of these guys? Nobody knows these people. But yeah, it's fire. It's gonna be a pretty good card. And now, is that card is that in the U.S. or is it gonna be early because it's overseas?
What card?
The DAZN one coming up.
It's in Texas.
Yeah.
It's in Texas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in San Antonio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where all the big bitches be. Yeah. Shout out Charles Barkley.
Yeah, San Antonio got that medical base out there. You might see a bunch of nurses that live off base. You got Austin about not that far from there, about an hour from there. And
you see Austin bumped their minimum wage to 22.
Yeah, but what about the price of the stuff in the economy though? You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say,
probably gonna equal out.
That don't mean shit. You just go get a job in Austin and live like 30 minutes outside the city, and where it's cheaper.
Austin, they actually, well, they building everywhere. A lot of houses and apartments and all that stuff like that. But Austin is college, Texas, University of Texas, and when you go through there on the weekends, they be lit. You talking about them little party buses and all that stuff be out there. They be having even the homeless people out there be out there acting up. Yeah, it's I think somebody said it before that it's not all that exciting uh, out there. It is. You just got to get into. Like I said, Peace Brad, Rodrigo Pinero. Well, that's his gym, Rodrigo Pinero. But they all work under that gym, um, and that's just one of the gyms. And it's a guy named Sean Cooper. He got a gym in Austin. See, I'm a truck driver, right? I used to go to all these gyms and hook up with these people that were cool, and I would train at their gym while I was at work. Instead of me training at my gym because I was away from the house, I would train at my gym on the days that I could. But then when I left, I would stop in these places, and it was interesting for me to just stop there and train because there was new people, new atmosphere, all that good stuff, and it just kept me going. El Paso, it's a place in El Paso. I was trained there, Laredo, San Antonio, Austin, and I was. Hey, you know Eddie Bravo? Y'all know him?
I
He
don't
did.
know.
He did a. Did. He got the rubber guard in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He started. He did an interview with Joe Rogan. He normally goes on Joe Rogan
Yeah,
all
I
the
know who you're
time.
talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
He founded 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got San Mateo Boulevard out there in Albuquerque. I go by there. I used to go by there all the time when I was on a big run out there Albuquerque. 10 Planet was right there down the street. I started to go over there and get some work right there. Uh, but I never did because during the COVID, it looked like the sign was peeling all off the building. I said, "Oh, there ain't nobody in there." And now they got people in there. So, and I was also looking when Clarissa Shield was talking about going to the IFL or whatever they do, PFL,
PFL.
and she started working out there in Albuquerque where John Jones is and stuff. I started to go over there, but I didn't have the time. But if I had the time, I'd have been over there. If they let me in, I don't know if they let you in on a place when. Well, yeah, they would, because
No, they just
they don't.
what most of these big gyms do is they'll have days where it's just pros, and then they'll have days where they come in. It's like, well, you're this, if you're just doing it for aerobics or whatever, they got classes for that.
Mm-hmm.
But they got certain days. I know they do it out there at the reason why they quit doing that is because when Alistair Overeem and Cowboy Cerrone and John Jones and all those killers were out there at Greg Jackson's, you'd have these guys coming in that were probably just starting out or probably had about 6 months of training. They were coming there and trying to take these guys' heads off. And
Mm-hmm.
John was like, "Oh, okay." He wouldn't ever like try to kill him back. He was like, "Okay, I just know I can't train with you now because
Right.
you're coming in here with something to prove instead of trying to work and get better."
Mm-hmm.
So that's why now a lot of these big gyms will just have pros training with pros.
You know, my old gym is a pretty big gym now because it's like damn near like a portal outside of Dallas. But they represent Dallas. But he's out in Capel, Texas, out there, and a lot of fighters. He have a lot of, he got the boxing. He's in the warehouse, and he got a boxing ring. He got the mat for the jiu-jitsu players. He got the Muay Thai, kickboxing. Remember, it started out over there by the Dallas Cowboys, uh, where they used to have a camp at the ranch or whatever they want to call it, in Irving in Irving, and
Yeah, Irvine, yeah.
yeah, and when they were right there, the gym I had a wrestling coach named Yusuf, uh, the Muay Thai kickboxing coach named George. He was Russian. Yusuf was Middle Eastern. All these people came from all over the world just to come there and train under that particular guy because he was like one of the first American jiu-jitsu black belts under maybe the his name started M. I can't think of it right now. Under the Gracies, uh, uh, or that other name, but he was probably one of the first American, right? So he had a unique position over here in Dallas, and I ended up just calling them up. I called a few people, and I ended up going to that one. But he had all the people from around the world there training people to go into mixed martial arts, and I think it was a need for to usher people off in there and get those like to get the fight cards lit up and stuff and get people known and stuff. So while I was training, they had a whole lot of people in there, man. I was actually training with, I was jujitsu, but I couldn't go over to mixed martial arts or the pro boxing or anything because I chose to stick with the truck driving. Like some of the people that was in there, they quit their job. They would tell me, you got a good job. You need to stay at your job and take care of your family like that. Because if you quit your job and you get hurt over here with one of us, then you didn't let it all go right there. You went out on the wing, and you can't wing things out like that, right? So that's why I'm still a truck driver, and they already made their money, and a lot of them already just got their own school and they're training kids. I actually have a LLC for training too. I went and got it like last year, sometime last year, and I, I was like that fair, and what is it called? Fair, equal, when somebody is training you and then you training them. I mean, you getting something from them and then fair, equal exchange. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Well, I was doing that with Blu-ray, where as he, I see him. I had met him a long time ago. I probably told y'all about that, and didn't know. I didn't know who he was or anything like that, right? So probably I don't know 7 years ago, probably by now. But he was in the park. I didn't give him my number. I gave him my coach number because he wanted to learn how to do the jujitsu stuff. Uh, so late, I seen him on somebody's show, and then I told him asked him what his email was, and then that's when I connected back with him. Uh, and then at that point, I started training with him. Just a little light strength and conditioning and stuff like that. And then I would train his son in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he's training his son also for boxing or mixed martial arts or something like that. And uh, shit, this is just a bunch of shit out there. I'm just going on and on and on. But yeah,
Big Dog Willie with the nightly update.
mhm. Oh, I wanted to tell Big Dog Willie this right here. It's something you mentioned the name. I know he work in a emergency. Hey, we had a. Have you at Big Dog Willie? Have you heard of this nurse in Dallas or Fort Worth or whatever? She ran over a homeless a homeless guy on the side of the road. She was high on something, but she ran over a homeless guy on the side of the road, and he was like lodged inside her windshield, and she drove all the way home with him and parked in the garage, and then but he died he died right there in the windshield like that, and she went in the house. You heard about that before?
We had a guy up here like last week that he was on the highway and he lost control of the motorcycle. So he went one way, the motorcycle went the other way. One of our tractor drivers ran the guy over.
Mm. Where was that at?
It's Florida. That had to
Oh,
be like Central Florida, somewhere in Central Florida.
ooh-wee. Something similar to that happened around Dallas. A guy had got bumped or whatever, fell off his motorcycle. So a guy jumped out his car and went over there to try to help him. Both of them got ran over by 18 wheeler.
Oh,
They dragged blood all down the highway.
oh, that ain't good.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, did they start building that Tesla factory? Are they building a Tesla factory in like Austin or something? Did they start building
Austin.
that?
Yeah, that's a big ass man. It's not when you go. It's not on 35 when you go straight through Austin. It's a tollway that go around on the west side.
But they did start building on it though.
Man, that thing look like it's already built. They doing something on the inside.
Oh, so they got it up. They got the walls and everything up already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it go a long way. It's like have you seen the Mercedes Benz uh, uh, whatever you want to call it, plant, the plant, like in Mobile, Alabama, or something. I remember
No,
passing by one, but
it's big.
it's like you'll be driving for like a couple of miles before you get from one end to the other.
Yeah, that's gonna make the property value, all that stuff over there go up. 'Cause they only got that one in Vegas, and that one pretty big. So this will be the only second one they have in the United States.
Yeah, that joke is pretty big.
That shit should go up. Hey, Sento's on here. I know you probably can't say nothing, but Sento's, I looked up that Terrence Crawford thing. You was absolutely right with Crawford, with those disparaging remarks that Bob Aaron made. He made those during the second time he signed, not the first time. So you was right. I was wrong with that.
Yeah. That was the second time. Hey, I think that Mercedes plant is in Birmingham, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's right outside of Birmingham.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty big, huh?
that's one of the first runs I made in my career. Got the stuff off there twice in one night. Yeah, I saw some sisters up in there, and I wanted to stay there.
Yeah. I think I was pulling
at the Mercedes Benz plant.
Yeah, Alabama got Mercedes and they got Hyundai.
We got Mercedes, Honda, and I think Kia. I think Kia down there in Montgomery. It's either Kia or Hyundai. I can't remember.
I know they got Hyundai.
Okay. I think it's Hyundai down there in Montgomery. Yeah.
Y'all got a Ford plant somewhere?
Nah, not Ford. Not Ford. It's only Mercedes, Honda, and Hyundai.
Okay.
Toyota. They got Toyota too. Got a Toyota plant.
Okay.
Here.
I used to be in Michigan, like Taylor, Michigan, and Marshall, Michigan, and I would be in Taylor, but they would send me to Marshall to pick up the axles, a whole trailer loaded with nothing but axles. But it was all for Ford, I believe, and then we would go down towards Alabama and all that. Probably coming into Arkansas or something, Memphis.
Yeah, I got a quick question. Hey, Puto, how'd you make your picture your whole thing?
It's using you have to use a computer, but it's called a program OBS.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm on the phone.
Yeah, with a virtual camera as feature. Yeah.
That's dope.
Hey, I'm finna make a video. Y'all hear me every once in a while talking about I got a page. I'm finna I just needed a little help, but and I had got out of shape and everything, but I'm trying to get back in shape. But I was just trying to start like a little video how to work out and all that stuff, but really for truck drivers. But at the same time, anybody can check it out. But I ain't got it ready yet. I just been practicing with it. I made one. It looked more like a commercial or something, advertising. But this one right here, I'm trying to do like a workout training type of video. And then on top of that, I wanted to break it down where I have it, where I may explain where, uh, you know, where martial arts came from and try to get everybody else's input because from what I see, martial arts been around as long as animals. You know what I'm saying? You can see. Y'all remember that It's a video that was out for a long time. Two iguanas fighting in the street.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. You probably can Google it up and pull it up. But it's two iguanas fighting in the street, probably in Florida. But they just going at it, and it looked like two people wrestling, and they never really run out of energy. So I was like, that's probably animals even got techniques of fighting. So when humans come into play, then the humans they have their technique of fighting. Just like Bruce Lee say, they say, "Are you the baddest? You think you're the baddest person in the world?" And he say, I don't know if somebody can remember this, but he said that one something about a person that might have 4 arms could be better than him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
He said, I think he's saying it's more about your technique how you break stuff down or whatever. But he did answer that question like, who do you think you're the baddest person in the world and all this? There's people out there with 3 arms that could be better
Hey,
than you.
hey, let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think Wesley Snipes or Michael Jai White, these guys are actually fight in a real fight?
What about him?
You think they could fight in a real fight, like a
Yeah,
sanctioned fight?
Michael Jai White is actually trained, and Wesley
Yeah.
Snipes. They're trained fighters. They're trained.
Yeah, but I think John is way ahead of Snipes, though. I don't think that would be a fair fight at all.
No, not fighting each other, but I mean sanctioned fights against other fighters in that genre.
Yeah. If the fight was a match where they're not too out. If the odds are not too much in the other fighters, I'm sure they'll fight. They're both real fighters.
Well, not now because both of them in their 50s, but I'm just like in their primes, and
Like, remember when Michael Jai did that movie for Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it was a dope movie.
He was ranked #1 in the world.
So was he?
Jake Paul can do it. Anybody can.
And that karate stuff that he do, but he's 10 different disciplines.
Yeah, some of the stuff he do is he be doing some stuff.
All right, yo, fellas, I'm about to get out, man. I'm about to head to the gym and just got the shower. That's my long break. I'm about to head to the gym, man. Get this workout in for a couple hours.
What you gonna do?
I'm
Lift some
actually
weight?
out too, fellas.
Nah, man, today's ab day. Me and my homegirl, we doing abs today.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
that'll make you sleep better.
Nah, I don't sleep, man. Sleep is the cousin of death. That's a Nas quote. That's a Nas quote.
Right.
But,
I used to live by that. I didn't.
No sleep.
People tell me you need to go to sleep. And I was like, nah, I can't.
Look, the military got me like this, man. Military got me deprived of sleep, so I'm up all night, go to the gym, come back, do my daily workings of the day at home, go play ball, do it all over.
You realize how much time you're wasting when you've been in the military?
Yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Fellas.
Y'all up here, man. All right.
Be safe.
Yep.
Peace. God bless, guys.
Man. Santos, what you up to?
Just driving and dropping. I got. I'm sure I got a lot of background noise. I'm going directly to my phone with no headset or earbuds, so I've been keeping it on mute. Plus, I've been sleeping.
Okay.
Hey, Santos, did you figure out how to get that StreamYard on your earpiece? Because mine don't work no more either. Like it used to work, and now all of a sudden, and like the earpiece don't work on StreamYard.
Yeah, my earpiece won't work with StreamYard in my phone. I have an Android, and then my tablet has been blinking on the internet here lately. So I got to find out what's going on with that. I mean, as far as YouTube and my music streaming apps on my tablet, I'm getting no love out of it. I got to figure out.
But I think that's StreamYard thing. I don't think that's you per se, because my earpiece work with everything for StreamYard. It used to work, and all of a sudden, I guess they did an update or somewhat, but it don't. The earpiece don't work with Stream. I had to
Is
put
it
it on
Apple?
speaker.
I think it was late last year when that stuff happened. You know, when they jacked everybody up.
Is it Apple? Earpiece?
Nah,
Earbud?
nah, I don't have Apple. Nah, I don't have
Oh,
Apple. I
okay.
don't have Apple. I got a Samsung. I don't have Apple.
You know what? I had to do some signing, paper signing, and all this stuff, and for the lender, and they asked me to since I was on an iPad and all this stuff, they said that the paperwork that I got to fill out, I got to unblock all these pop-ups and all kind of stuff just to let them into. I mean, make it where I can get into that that thing to fill out them papers.
Oh, is it DocuSign?
Yeah,
Yeah,
some, yeah.
yeah. That's a new way of them doing stuff. It's kind of good though, because you always have a digital copy that you can't lose or get destroyed.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
because
because
that's a
you
lot of
got a
paper,
copy.
ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, them things like they're mini books when you sign all that stuff,
Hmm.
and you ain't reading all that stuff unless you take it to your lawyer. You let your lawyer read all that foolishness. It's a lot of paperwork in there. Because
Hey, I be reading. I be reading.
but they'll take one line and twist the words some kind of way, and if you ain't up on it, they got you.
Hmm. That's
They
it.
got you. They
Um,
got
like you say, they're twisted because I look for those contingencies because they'll slide it in there. And sometimes it's like in bold letters or something here and there. You know, you can they got it pointed out, but like you say, they can twist it and that. But I when I did it, I questioned the lender everything because they didn't think I was gonna read it, but I questioned everything, yeah, VA stuff, uh, um, that I like. It was something in there, and talking about uh, falsifying your paperwork with uh, fraud, right? So I text the guy and I told him, I said, "Hey, what this right here really mean?" And he say, "Don't commit fraud." And then he was laughing out loud, and I was like, "Yeah, I hear you." You know, so it's simple stuff. I'll read it and go over it, and I have them go over it as well and let them know that I'm reading this shit too. You know, but
Hey, well, speaking of fraud, did you see that Bill Cosby thing where he had another? I didn't even know he had another court case with this young lady. Well, she ain't young now, but she took him to court that supposedly he invited her. He met her at a park when she was 15 and invited her to the Playboy Mansion, and then she went to the Playboy Mansion supposedly, and they was playing video games at the Playboy Mansion, and he did. She gave him the Oski Woski, and then later on, she came back. She's suing him now for him having sex with. She was 15. She was underage in the Playboy Mansion.
dang.
Well, she lost the case. She lost the case.
Mhm.
I think she lost part of it. She got a judgment, but it wasn't punitive. So it's like that OJ settlement where they don't have to actually pay. And then what they figured out too was the game she was talking about. That particular game that they supposedly played came out like 6 years later after she said it initially happened.
Mhm.
So it was all foolishness.
That's
What was
how
that you
all
were talking about?
Huh?
Who were you just talking about?
Bill Cosby.
Uh, Bill Cosby, his lawsuit that he had with the chick that came said that he raped her or whatever when she was 15 at the Playboy Mansion.
That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah, that's news. Just look that up. You'll see it. She said that this is her story was that they met at a park prior to the Playboy Mansion, and that Bill Cosby invited her to the Playboy Mansion, which is that don't even make no damn sense by itself.
Yeah, it's
And
not
then
even his
after,
crib.
huh?
It's not even his crib.
Exactly. And why would you that's like bringing a woman to a strip club? Like that don't even make any like why would you do that? That don't even make any sense. And then when they got to the Playboy Mansion, supposedly she did what they did the Oski Woski, but she was a minor. She was 15. So she didn't sue the Playboy Mansion. She sued Bill Cosby.
Right. They got to go after
You told somebody that story, they put it up to it, man.
Yeah, but they
you
figured
know.
out that the game that she said that they played, supposedly played a video game, and the game was King Kong. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's King Kong. And that version of that game didn't come out till 6 years later. from when the actual date was that they were supposed to be playing this video game. So it was all a bunch of foolishness. But she still
Mario
won.
Brothers.
Yeah, but they kind of they didn't give her punitive damages, but they still gave her like $500,000 worth of damages. I guess just to say let her save face or whatever. But they gonna appeal. I mean that stuff is just crazy right there. That's just a pure money grab.
This just came out recently since he been out of jail.
Yeah, this recent. It's recent. It's recent. I mean, you would think all this stuff over.
I stopped looking at a lot of television last year, especially news, man, because hold on.
That's sad though.
Because it's been there's so much bullcrap in the news and then the politics and all this bull crap, some lying back and forth about this, that, and the third. So I just I don't keep all that stuff like I used to. Hey, I'm gonna go on mute and take the stuff out of my truck real quick.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's kind of sad for the courts allowing these women to come back after 3 decades or whatever.
I mean, but they should. I mean, kind of that when they have cases like that, it made the real cases bad because most women don't report actual rape, and that's a stat that's been going on for a long time. I'm not sure what the actual statistics is, but most women don't even report rapes that happen in the military, on their jobs. I mean, that happens a lot in their families. Women, they deal with that and they won't even report it. And then you got these people running around doing these fraudulent claims, doing all this nonsense, which is fucking ridiculous.
If something ever happened with the woman, she could easily just go down to the hospital and say, "Hey, I got raped," and then they'll say, "Okay, we're gonna pull this kit on you and everything," and then they'll take pictures of bruises or anything like that, and then she could say, "Look, I thought he was gonna kill me, so I didn't uh, fight it or whatever, but I'm here and boom, I got the what you call it." Now if they go in there and they find bruises and stuff like that's making it look like she was telling the truth, because she's telling the truth, then from there she can pinpoint the person or not, however she want to do. Then I can see them going after the guy or guy or girl or whoever did it. But 30 years later, if you wait and no DNA, it's like you can do that to anybody.
Right, but that was only a civil case. That wasn't for him to go to jail. That was only a civil case for her to get money. So that's what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I think it's bad when people do stuff like that because it make people who actually go through that stuff look crazy because those situations really happen. Then you got people like that.
If I get somewhere in my life after divorces and all this stuff, got knocked, got in a good spot and got knocked back off my feet, get back on my feet finally. I'm getting up there in age and retirement coming up, and this is the only way I put money back for retirement and and now this is the only way I can survive. And I say I'm gonna stop messing around and stuff so I can stay out of trouble. And all of a sudden somebody come out of the woodwork accusing me of something, and then I got to go to court, and then I end up paying them. Now that takes away from me taking care of myself now.
Yeah, they don't care. These women don't care. Like if you had a son and he went to the league, let's say you had 2 sons and they went to the NFL, that woman will pop up quick, be talking about some shit you did 20 years ago because they think they're going to get a payback. And then if you regular old Joe Schmo, they ain't going to mess with you like that because there's no benefit to it. They just move on with their life.
Yeah.
And then the dudes who really do that, them predators hang around for a long time in the community doing that shit. They have a long list of people that they be fucking with, and everybody know who the fuck they is. From the pastors to the basketball coaches to the track coaches. They be around for a long fucking time doing that crazy shit.
That's why these a lot of these celebrities are making these chicks sign affidavits now. Making sure they don't try to pull something.
Yeah, they should.
You don't have to be a celebrity to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
You're a
don't.
player from the Himalayas. You
I need to
understand?
know where to
You
get
gotta
one
have
of them.
full affidavit. Make them
Where can I get
understand.
that paperwork at?
You know, I think I may come up with one for myself because I'm about to get out there, man. I'm about to get out there and wade in the water and wait for the waves. Yeah, I might have to have them sign some little NDAs saying that I gave him the coochie. It was consent.
They gonna come back and throw their hand up and say you took them in the corner and just took it.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get none of that in the future. I'm about to. I mean, right now I got a few of them getting mad at me because I ain't giving nothing up. Because see, I got about 19 or 20 days.
Oh, okay.
To be held accountable. You know what I'm saying?
But you're trying to do that. You're trying to do that. What's that new thing they call it? Semen retention. When you don't have no sex, or nothing. It's supposed to have some kind of enhancements for your body. If you don't. They call it semen retention. Y'all heard of that?
No, I
Yeah,
know it.
Yeah, y'all gotta look that up. That's a new fad. I don't know if that's true or what the science is behind that.
that's been a topic, and I'm gonna tell you like this: I went without messing around. I forgot it was 1 year or 2 years or something like that, and the reason why is because one girl I was talking to, she was out of the country, right? but and one girl I was talking to, I had got into it with, just cussed her out because she had an attitude. So I was like, and she was a long time girlfriend, but I cussed her out, and then we didn't talk for a while. So those were the ones that if I was gonna go anywhere, it'd be one of them. And I didn't go to anybody. I just got back to working and trying to do something for myself, right? And got lost in working. Got lost in trying to work out and get myself back on track. So I never even thought about the retention stuff. But I can tell you this: um, it ain't make no it didn't make no changes or anything with me. It was all about my lifestyle, what I chose to eat, and if it was no red meat or whatever, or I investigate a lot of foods and crops. Like I was on here earlier. Uh, I probably talked about the poisons that the government allows on the crops. So little stuff like that I study, so I know what I'm eating, and that's the only thing that I think that changed on me is my lifestyle.
Yeah, well, the food's definitely been poisoned for different reasons, depending on where you live at. Live in different
Hmm.
neighborhoods, you get different food. I give you an example. Like I got a buddy that's a vegan, and he went out of the country, and the food, he still vegetables is vegetable, but they not. They using different chemicals. They use salt, they enhance it. They using all kind of crazy stuff. He actually lost weight going to another country, staying there for a little bit. Still a vegan no matter what. So
Hmm.
vegetables should be vegetables, right? But it's not.
Right. Yeah, over here, like I've said it before, if it don't have seeds in it, then it was grown as a synthetic seed. It was a synthetic seed that was grown in a poisonous ground because they have to. It's like on a three crop system. They divide the land into three parts, and they grow on one. After that's done, they go to the next one, and that lets the one property recover, and then they come back around and start all over again. Well, when the population increase, they have to speed that process of growing the crops up, right? So what the quickest way to do it is to kill the ground, kill everything right there, and they put poison there to kill it. And then on top of that, once they kill it so much, it don't have the ingredients in it to nurture the seed. So now they got to put a synthetic. They got to put a synthetic seed inside the ground that's not gonna nurture it good enough. They gotta put stuff in the ground to help it the seed grow, right? So uh, that seed is growing in poison, and then once it gets where they can harvest and all this, it's got stuff in it now. and it's not that particular seed is not able to reproduce because that like a watermelon and a seedless watermelon and it don't have seeds in it. That right there, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I did enough research, but if you eating stuff that don't reproduce normal like it's supposed to, it can cause a chain reaction in your body. And if you put something in your body like say fake sugar, I mean like an unnatural sugar, like a sweetener, it'll fool your body, making it thinking it's getting something else. And and then when your body starts shooting some kind of insulin out to counteract that what you put in it, and then it realized that ain't what it really is, then your body start attacking itself, trying to protect itself, but then it start really creating white blood cells and all this stuff to try to fight whatever it is. But then once your body produce all these white blood cells and it ain't have no other way to go, it's gonna start killing itself. That's the cancer. I'm saying my opinion. Just so if somebody's saying I'm coming out here telling kind of medical stuff, then that's just my opinion. Okay, from what I studied.
Hey fellas, I got a phone call I gotta handle. So I'm gonna jump off, but when that phone call over, I know I probably can't get back. Oh sure, Pittsburgh
I
gone
think.
too. I thought he was still on it.
Nah, I guess he probably fell off. I'm just the only one right here. Uh,
Yeah, I gotta do before I have to shut it down. There, you be on it by yourself.
yeah, nah, I ain't
I
gonna be
thought
on it by
Pittsburgh was still
myself.
on it.
I'm gonna get out of
Yeah.
here. I'm up just uh, 2 more hours before I get to my little spot. But yeah, man, be safe out there, and we'll see you back here on Drew Titan show later on 8:30 or G5 at 7, 6:30 in the morning. uh, but yeah, I'll be up all night until afternoon. We'll see you then.
Word. All right. That's a bet. You stay safe out there, my man.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, if you can hear us, man, you be safe out there on that road too, my man. And to everybody that came and joined in overnight on this here show called the Boxing Section, I want to thank you for coming in, supporting the show, supporting all the persons that were on the panel. Yeah, I know I didn't do much work tonight, but I was listening more than talking. Plus, being that I don't have the way of canceling out my background noise like I have had in the past, it wasn't good for me to not be muted for the sake of the show. But I did listen in, and whenever I wanted to say something, I would speak about it. But I want to thank everybody for coming out, to always supporting the show. Come back, hang out with us. Everyone have a safe day. Until next time, in between time, and in the meantime, you get yours, and I'll get mine. Peace.
out the roots, he let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm silent, boy, they can't change me. No.